Let's go live. Good evening, everyone. Welcome on in. I was supposed to have like a countdown intro, but I've already wasted 3 minutes of your time anyway, so do apologize. Anyway, welcome on in. So people say to me, why do you keep on bringing up topics that have already been debunked? Well, I've got a few things to mention, hence the drawing on the left-hand side, but nevertheless, let's do this.
Scientists from all over the world are trying to figure out what caused a mysterious blue light to spiral in the sky over Norway on Wednesday. CBS News correspondent Sheila McVicker has the latest on the mystery. Sheila, good morning.
Good morning, Harry. Mysterious light indeed. A light appearing high in the Arctic sky, baffling those who saw it and exciting a lot of comment. Early yesterday morning, just before dawn, this appeared in the Norwegian sky.
Hva I helvete er det der?
That's Norwegian for what the heck is that? A blue light, small at first, growing into a spiral and then disappearing into what appeared to be a black hole. In the northern community of Trøndelag and on a Norwegian military base, cell phones snapped, video cameras rolled, and bloggers got busy.
A spiral of light moving and then suddenly stopping.
There's still a lot of speculation to what it could be.
The Arctic sky is no stranger to atmospheric phenomena. The northern lights and the seasonal flight of Santa just two. But the explanation here apparently lies across the border with the Russian military and another failed missile launch. And space experts point to the spiraling of this missile as it failed to launch properly as an explanation for the shape seen over Norway, the halo, they say, produced by missile fuel.
So we all heard about the event in Norway yesterday, the massive spiral in the sky, the perfect spiral that was accompanied by some strange black hole type event that just engulfed the whole thing. And it was explained away by the military, the Russian military, saying that it was a failed Belova missile. They said that the missile was launched from a submarine in the White Sea and that the first two stages of the rocket worked fine and then the third stage failed and it leaked liquid fluid. Well, there's a few problems with this theory.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Alien Addict. This is the show where we discuss all things UFOs and aliens to the paranormal and our pursuit into the mysteries of the unexplained. Welcome in and welcome on in. Oh my God. Already screwed up already. My God. Trust me, guys, I had an awesome intro ready and I thought, do you know what? It's 3 minutes in. It's about 5 minutes long. I thought I don't want to waste any of your time. But anyway, yeah, welcome into the show, which is what I meant to say. So yeah, back to a debunked situation, or so I thought. But we'll get to it. You probably noticed I put that instead. And we're going to get to that. We'll get to it first, actually, but let's get to the chat. As always. So, One True Saxon, welcome on in, brother. Nice to see you. Sophia, nice to see you. And hey, S. Lee, I think you're new. Welcome on in. Oh my God, all I can smell is my cat's breath. He's on my lap and it absolutely stinks. What have you eaten, mate? It's probably that fish I give him. Hey, Bob Lazar, nice to see you. Hope you're doing well, brother. Rotary Matrix, nice to see you. And oh yeah, John, you're here, brother. Nice to see you. Welcome on in. And Science Evidence Fringe. What else we got in here? She pop up? And John P. Adventures. Yes, John, I'm I'm fully aware it might be it could be a rocket. We'll get to that. But yeah, welcome into the show, everyone. It's nice to see everyone in chat. So yes, let's get on with it. Well, before we get to the show itself, I had a bit of it's like first world problems, I'm going to be honest with you. And is it that one now? I think it is. Hold on. Yeah, it is. All right. Okay. Before we get into that, let's bring me up here. So yesterday, I love my boot camps. I love my exercise. So boot camps, what it is, it's a series of exercises you do, but it's extremely hardcore. It's very, very high cardio, I should say. It's a bit like SAS style, army style. So for the full hour, you are like hanging out of your ass. I'm not joking. It's pretty bad. So I shouldn't really complain about this. I don't know why I get so upset or frustrated, so to speak. So we had our lines yesterday, and there's this girl. I'm not going to mention who she is. She doesn't listen to the show anyway, but we're quite competitive. And yesterday it was like 20 burpees, 20 press ups, 20 squat jumps, 20 tricep dips. I had to do that for a whole 10 minutes, like full on. It's like I said, it's pretty hardcore, but she kept on beating me. I thought, what the hell's going on here? And I noticed she was cheating her reps. And I thought, hold on a minute. It's like, but I can see she was looking back at me to say, like, I'm going to beat you. I'm like, oh, you want this to be a competition then? So I started going fucking full throttle. And I'm like, I'm hanging out my ass by like halfway through the lesson. And I'm looking at my boot camp teacher and going, man, she's fucking cheating. And he goes, Fluff. He calls me Fluffy. He goes, mate, let her go. Just let her go. I know she's cheating, but you're here. It says you do the progress. It says you're going to achieve the best that you're going to do by the effort you put in. I was like, yeah, I see what you're saying. And I fucking still got on my nerves. And I was like, but I don't like that competition. If you're going to start a competition, do it right and don't cheat. And I can clearly see she was cheating. And Al, my boot camp teacher, was like, mate, just fucking let it go. So this morning, actually, so I mentioned about ChatGPT. Yes, Rotary. So this morning, I'm going to ask ChatGPT. And I got this up, right? So you probably noticed as I put it on the screen before. Let's bring it a bit bigger. Here we go. So I put here, at boot camp, a girl was cheating her way so she can beat me. This was frustrating, but shall I get worried about it? And I was like, what? It's the first thing that came to my mind. Why am I getting worried? Why am I getting frustrated? It's nothing to do with me. Hey, Space. I think I heard, hey, Space Cow. How's it going? Nice to see you, man. I love your thumbnail. I love the cat as well. So yeah, I was like, why am I getting frustrated? I shouldn't do. There's no need for it. So this is what I put in here. Obviously what I just said. And as a reply, which isn't Jenny, by the way, it says, I hear you. It is frustrating. And it feels unfair when someone cuts corners just to go ahead. Especially in a competitive environment like boot camp. Certainly is. But here's the thing. Cheating only gives the illusion of success, which is true. It doesn't build real skill, discipline, or resilience. Boot camp is about you shaping your abilities, not winning against someone else. If she cheats her way through, I'll hit the wall. She'll hit the wall later, or when the real knowledge and effort are required. And that is where your hard work will shine. Instead of worrying about her, focus on what you can control, your efforts, your growth, and your ingenuity. There are things no one can fake. And I hope I said that right. So yes, I thought that was very, very good that ChatGPT actually said that. And it put a bit of smile on my face. I thought, do you know what? I should worry about me and my progress. And I've been doing a lot of progress during boot camp. Lost the weight. Even my missus says I'm starting to get a six-pack now. It's like the first forms of it. So it just goes to show. Not like rubbing your face in it, but my God, I've worked hard this year. So it's quite nice to see. And next time when I see her, she's very nice. What am I doing? There we go. Lovely people. But if you're going to start a competition, get it right. I'm going to drink J2O on this one. I had a vodka martini, which tastes like shit on Hidden Show. But cheers, everyone. It's like, why am I getting worked up? There's no need to get worked up. 420 and forget your problems. Don't bottle it up, but you know, like I do. God, you should have hidden on bloody Wednesday show. Didn't he have a bit of go on that YouTube channel? I can't remember who it was. But if I say anything about Bonnie Blue, oh, it's like a slap on the wrist for me. But anyway, not about that. We're going to be talking about just briefly. It might be a bit of a short sort of subject in this one. So let's bring up our topic for today. Boof is this. Could anybody remember this? Yes, we all know. The spiral. Cheese gas, like farts. I think that's part of the conversation there somewhere. So yes, the spiral. Could anybody remember this? Now, the first public knowledge of this, when I say public knowledge, I'm talking about public awareness, was around about 2009. Look at my hair, it's going bloody 90s again. I'm trying to brush it back. Anyway, so yeah, 2009, where this started to appear in the sky, the Norwegian Spiral of 2009. A bit like John P. Adventures mentioned in the first part, well, the first comment here, he was mentioning that the fact that is a rocket. Now, that is the official explanation of it. But you know, it's like 2000. Let me explain what 2009 was. Yeah, 2009 was like the hype to 2012. It's like the hype of the 2012 effect, which basically what we are now. Something was building up. So a new phenomena like this, and it was kind of new. I don't think I can kind of trace it back. Well, I'll get to that in a minute. Around about 2009, well, before 2009. So everyone was saying, well, this is obviously, for me back in the day, it was like, this is a portal. It's a black hole opening up. Something is strange, but the official explanation, which I kind of poo-pooed at the time, which I kind of like, now I kind of agree with it to a certain degree, but we'll compare the evidence of what a failed rocket looks like compared to the Norwegian Spiral. It just looks, look, this is original photograph. It looks too perfect. I'm going to put my, I'm going to do it like this because my bloody hair is terrible. My face looks awful as well. So yeah, it's, look, a failed rocket. Bitch, please. Bitch, bitch, please. I don't think so. It's too perfect. That rocket had to spin on an absolute precise angle to give off this effect. Right. And obviously, we're talking about SpaceX here. But anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. But if we go back through history, and this was what I posted on my Twitter feed. This was going back in April. So Vladimir Trzynski, we'll get to him in a second, a researcher into German flying saucers or UFOs back in the early 90s, showed a spiral in the sky taken from an old vintage book. This looks very familiar to what we've been seeing in the sky in recent years. Currently tracking down the book to find out more information. This is it, right? So right here is, I don't know if this is actually accurate or not. You can actually trace it back to 1981. Look, it's a tricky one, you see. So we've got a big time gap. To a certain degree, there was nothing in the 90s. So 81, 87, 88, and then a massive drop from the 90s into 2006. So this has been seen in the sky. And look, there have been rocket launches since then. All right. So we've got to take that into consideration. All right. Oh, my God. Sorry. I had a protein shake before this. Not very good. Oh, my God. So, yeah. But, well, before I get to that, I spoiled it a little bit. I was trying to find out this right here, okay, because this kind of looks like the spiral, and I really want to find more information on it. And I was laying in bed it was about 3 days ago. I was going, where is this photograph? So I went back to the original presentation. So I'm going to bring up just the extract of Vladimir Trzynski and his 7-hour presentation. Okay. To that and that. And you click on that and you should receive that. Okay, so this is from a YouTube channel called 045. He hasn't uploaded anything in a very long time, but he has a video on here that's 7.5 hours long, and it's all to do with German flying saucers and Vladimir Sadinsky. Now, I've done a live show on Vladimir himself, and he's completely vanished. He's gone, nowhere to be seen. He's there somewhere. But this is a presentation back in, I think it was 1994 or 5. It was like early 90s. And right here, he talks about the spiral. Now, he didn't say the spiral. He calls it something else. So let's listen to what he says back in 1994. And I'm going to show you the book with the description of where it came from. Ready? Hello?
The field of electron. We can't produce it. These others being, unlike in Britain where the crop circle is on the surface, on the
Yeah, I've
ground,
seen this before.
here the drag of the craft affects space-time and the atmosphere in such a way that we have a circle formation on the underside of the craft. We have a white and a black forces chasing each other in a kind of a never-ending yin and yang frenzy, ever chasing and never reaching each other. This is a rotational dipole.
Me too, mate.
The yin and yang is basically a rotational dipolar vortex.
Okay, so he's talking about vortex here. So he's saying it's something extraterrestrial. And I would agree with you, One True Saxon. There's one video VHS tape on eBay I might get. I messaged a guy, but the guy in America sounded like a complete total cunt. No offense, like a proper dick. I was like, do you know what? I don't want to. It was about over 100 quid. I should actually show in a minute. But anything with Vladimir Tazinski, hold on to it. I've got all his presentations that's online so far. But anything new, I'll be the first on it, mate. Trust me. I've got his name saved on eBay. So anything new pops up, I'm bloody getting it. But yeah, Vlad, he's a very rarity, guys. No one really knows him in ufology. Like I said, he's just disappeared. But I've done a whole live show on it, so go check it out at some point. But yeah, going back to the spiral. So he's saying it's something to do with portals and extraterrestrials, visitation, in a way to sort of get from their planet to ours. All right, which is quite an interesting concept.
I've seen also a triple yin and yang where three entities are changing each other in a circle. This is a rotating tripole. The swastika is a very simplified representation of a rotational quadrupole of four poles, plus minus, rotating. We would see very soon that this is exactly the case. Some Russian experiments prove that the swastika is basically a representation of their quadrupolar anti-gravity drive.
That's bold claims. God, that book's rare. So yeah, as you see this, and I'm not joking, years and years, I was going, where the hell is this photograph taken? And then it kind of hit me. I was like, hold on a minute. He knows a book that I want to get. Actually, I could not believe this, right? So these are the books I'm collecting at the moment. Now, Rendell Stevens, I know, is a bit of a controversial person in ufology. And I don't really know his dodgy background. But my God, his books are very, very rare. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about now. I'm very tempted to buy it. And it will be the most expensive book I would purchase to date. Well, thereof, really. And it's this one right here. Let's bring it up a bit bigger. So what I'm about to show you is the original picture or drawing from what Vladimir showed you. And it came from this book. And it just hit me. I don't know what happens. It's just like the universe sort of gives me this information. I don't know where it comes from, guys. I have no idea where it comes from. It comes from somewhere. I don't know. But it's just like, oh, let me just check out this book. And then I went onto the PDF file of this and I managed to find it. So, but anyway, just to show you how much. So this is $298. So in English pounds currency, it is £220 plus around about £30 VAT postage and package. So you are looking about 250 quid. And I'm going, oh, there's one that sold for £166. And I wish I bought it, and it sold a couple of days ago. I could not sleep that night. I was like, fuck, damn it. Thing is, those, because you got 7 people liking that. So it's like, you don't know when this is going to go, but this is the only copy you can find. Plus Umo. Umo book. I'm going to show you now. The other one I want to get. Yeah, this one. The guy just sent me an offer. I think it's like $20 less. And that's, remember Umo? I did a live stream on that, didn't I? The San Jose del Varderis UFO incident of 1967. And this is £260. Plus, you got to add another £30 of postage in your package. So, yeah, it's nearly there of £280. It, God's sake. I think these people are actually taking the piss. It's got to be, you know. Yeah, see what I mean? I got 2 of his books. So I'm thinking, once this gone, you don't know when it's going to come up next. You can find this one. This is one, another rare one. That one, and I've got the 2nd edition here, and a very, very rare one, which I managed to blag, which I opened up on live stream, and there's this one here. Where's your camera? So this is the UFO crash of Aztec. And it's a big bloody book, and this was before Roswell. Like, this is actually the first UFO crash in the public knowledge, actually, believe it or not. So I think I've done a live stream on it as well when I opened up the book. But yeah, these books are rare. And I'm thinking, well, if it's got currency, why not purchase it? But yeah, it's just too much. Oh, One True Saxon. Oh, brother. Oh, thank you so much. I will. Yeah. It's much appreciated, brother. Thank you so much. Yes, any penny counts, really. It's just like, it's one of those months where it's like the van went wrong. I've been away, and it's just like amongst accumulated things that's just like hit me. But mate, it's 220 quid. I'm going, my missus will kill me, brother. But honestly, thank you so much, One True Saxon. You're very devoted part of our community, and obviously your money it goes into the good kitty towards upgrading and buying hopefully new books. I haven't bought one in a while, but yeah, no, thank you so much, guys. And One True Saxon, I get nervous when people send me money. I'm like, oh, I'm so generous. Thank you so much. Oh, Space Cow, oh, thank you so much. Oh, mate, oh god. We're gonna shed a tear in a minute. Okay, I'm joking. But no, thank you so much, guys. One True Saxon and Space Cow for giving you kind donations. It's yes, it will go towards the book. I'll tempt my missus after the live stream and like, come on, babe, I have been like giving you the elbow at like 2 a.m, like, give me the book, I need the book. So yeah. Yeah, but actually when I do buy it, I can open it live on stream. Yeah. And yeah, it'd be good. But yeah, honestly, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. It's much appreciated. Vital part of our community, I should say. I love our community. It's awesome. But yeah, this goes to show you how expensive these books are. So let's bring up the photograph itself, which I managed to find the PDF. So these books, you can find the PDF file, but for me, it's like a music collector. I tend to buy the vinyls. Everything's coming back. Anything retro is coming back in fashion now, isn't it? And the same goes for books as well. So it's if your heart's in it, and it's like listen, guys, it's not like I keep these books to one side and just to show it off. It's in one way, I don't really need the internet for research. The only thing if I got a specific subject I like to deal with, I like to read the book, like the whole background. This is why I don't deal with Roswell, because there are like thousands of books on Roswell. It's like, okay, well, I'll stay off that for the moment. So a lot of information, especially like the deep dives I do, which ones I've been doing, the Gulfbury sighting. You go back for the past 6 months on Alien Addict, I can see I do deep dives, and it's mostly to do with publications I've been buying, especially the German flying saucers. It's rarely the internet. So I do have a passion for these books, and it's not like I'm gonna hold on. I'm not gonna sell them, basically, just to gain profit. It's basically to buy them because I'm more interested in preserving the history of ufology. Obviously, it all spanned from books, so I think they're very, very important to hold on to. Yeah, of course, obviously they gain value within time, but that's not the whole purpose of me buying these books, is to gain knowledge of what ufology was saying back then compared to what it is now. It's just the subject that I'm interested in, really. So, but thank you so much, One True Saxon and Space Cow. Thank you so much. Yeah, honestly, it's so kind of you. I can't thank you enough, honestly. So let's go to the actual description itself, and here it is from the book. And it's saying right here. Now, it's got a lot of words in here that I ain't going to pronounce properly, I should say. So this was taken in China. So it was from the book called UFOs over Modern China that came out in 1983. And it's saying here, if you want to read that first bit there, okay. So this was dated on the 27th of May, 1980. And let's just read through the description of what this spiral effect is, okay? And this was taken, I should tell you first of all, autumn of 1947, all right? Remember that date, because we're going to use ChatGPT in a minute to help me out with something. Well, basically, if anyone can tell me, was China launching missiles or ballistic missiles or rockets in 1947? All right. We'll get to that in a minute. Because look, it looks just like the spiral. It's or a cornetto cone. Oh, now on ice cream. God damn it. Oh, Spirited Kenny. Sorry, man. Yeah, how's it going? Nice to see you, brother. I was all overwhelmed by the donations I was getting. I missed you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Nice to see you. And oh my God, Esley. Thank you so much. Oh my God. Oh, everyone's so generous today, honestly. Yes, thank you so much. God. Because I rarely get donations. It's not like I don't want to beg for money, guys. I hope that wasn't like a begging trip. But honestly, kind generations will go towards a good cause, which means I'm going to get my book. So yeah, much appreciated. Okay, no, China did not have anything like ballistic missiles. But no, thank you, Esley. Thank you so much, brother. Honestly, thank you so much. It's much appreciated. So this is why I asked ChatGPT earlier, but I'm going to ask Grok this time, actually. So no, China was not launching ballistic missiles or any sort of missiles at all, let alone a flipping space program. So let's just read this here. So from dated of 27th of May, 1980, stated that when he was 12 years old, obviously talking about the person here, he saw together with his father a strange flying object. All right, okay, object in the sky moving from southeast towards northeast. It appeared like a coil of incense and was a good oh my God, Nick, retard. Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna read that again. I'm really sorry. So it appears to it appeared like a coil. Okay, I can't read. A coil of incense, and it was a good radiant orange in color. I'm so sorry. It disappeared in a minute later at a great height, ascending. Oh my God, Jenny. Dirt moment, mate. That's a flipping retard moment. Even a 5-year-old can read that properly. Thing is, I get nervous when I read, and Hidden knows that, and you guys know that. So yeah, what's basically saying it looked like a coil. I would say that looks like a cornetto cone, and it gave off a orange in color. Now, if you just go back to see if you can find anything in here that looks like orange, it's mostly blue. Okay, if we're saying that these photographs are real, even back to like 1980, white, yellow, green. I don't know, could be something to do with the atmosphere. If we're saying that this is a rocket, but bear in mind, if we go back to the original description right here in China, got to say it like Trump, you can see, hey, One True Saxon. I'm not One True Saxon, Moody. I'm screwing my words up. How's it going? So I read the description right there. Yeah, how's it going, man? Nice to see you. And yeah, I hope you're doing well, brother. Nice to see you. So yeah, 1940. No rockets were being launched unless it was from another. Don't, honestly. My video would get reviewed by a person like, I think a bit racist on that one. Even though I do like Heidi's going to come up, so I do Mexican accents, Chinese accents. I'll sound like the guy from South Park, you know. Should they walk my ticket order, please? So yeah, here we go. 1947. No new rockets were being launched at that time, and it looks just like the spiral. 1947. So anyway, So I think this is like the earliest date. Okay, so you can say, you can stick that one on there as well. For my opinion on that one. So yeah, there we go. What else? Oh yeah. Oh mate, you eating Chinese? Are you having chicken chow mein? I tell you what, I do love, and that is a crispy aromatic duck. It's extremely pricey. I tend to go for the quarter, but there's something about the duck with the Hussein sauce. Is that how you say it? Cucumber, not so much. No, I don't like cucumber. I didn't like. We used to leave the fat on the duck, but and yes, that was me before the show. I always get nervous before the show. So I 420 and I just screw everything up. But anyway, moving away from food to this. This was like the 4chan photograph that I mentioned to Hidden. It was like, mate, don't even bother with it. For the yes, aromatic duck. Oh, absolutely smashing. Yeah, I did. To be honest with you, I've been looking at a lot of videos on it, and to be honest, not a lot of great deal of evidence, especially finding the original photograph, because there are like 5 of them I can see. Yes, they're all doctored, but I think this might be the original one. So obviously the 4chan a photograph was leaked on 4chan. Well, I say leaked, it was submitted, and as soon as it uploaded, it actually was taken down moments after, apparently. So the people that saw it said it was an alien, a reptilian, or I think a grey. I think it was more or less like reptilian, sort of like standing next to a cactus. And I think this might be it, but yeah. Hilarious. All right, move. That's ghost stuff. So let's get out of that. And let's get into some videos so I can go 420 and screw my words up even more. There we go. Hey, S Hammer, it's nice to see you. I had pizza, jealous of Chinese food. Mate. Oh, spare ribs. Yeah. Do you know what? I was going to mention something about spare ribs. Their Chinese spare ribs are not that great. I'm going to be honest. What do I normally get? No, it's just crispy aromatic duck. Or like egg fried rice. Egg fried rice. Shh, don't be racist. I tell you what I do miss. It's like the old fish and chip shops. They give it to you now in a cardboard box. So by the time you've gone home, it's been like 10 minutes, and you open up the cardboard box to this sweaty, just soggy chips. It was never like that. Remember, I used to go to the chip shop and used to have it in newspaper. It used to have the balls, yes, the chicken ball balls, the chicken balls, yes, absolutely. They used to have it in newspaper with greaseproof paper as well. It's just, you just don't get that anymore. You know, you used to keep the chips to a certain degree, more or less quite crispy, because you expect that in a fish and chip shop. Now I'm hungry. Sophia lost me on that one. 429. Oh yeah, 429 crew. I just yeah, Sophia, wrong one, darling. I mean, on one, I mean, stern as hell. What's everyone smoking, by the way? Oh, let's get some videos up. I managed to get some strawberry amnesia, which is actually quite strong. I think it's more like a heavier based sativa, I think it's called. Right, first things first. Okay, let's just go through the Norway Spiral to see what actually looked like through a multitude of views. So let's bring this one up first. And this is from, I got to give a shout out to the channels because I notice when I do that, I don't get any copyrights. Toolman TV. Toolman TV. Yeah, there we go. And let's click play. Thanks for this. Is obviously for fair use and entertainment purposes. I mean, obviously educating the public on rockets, I guess, black holes, vortexes. Okay, so this was taken on, oh, that's a different 2009, January, February, March, July, 2000, December. Okay, whatever. The dates are all funny here.
A mysterious sight in the skies over Norway early this morning. A never-seen-before spiral of white light. Some said it had a blue tail. Norwegian newspapers have been bombarded with people who claim to have seen it. Question is, of course, what was it? Now, some of the guesses range from a Russian missile, which Russia is denying, by the way, to a comet or some other type of object.
Okay, that was not the video I wanted to play, but I managed to find the one I do. So the explanation is obviously a rocket malfunctioned, and because it malfunctioned from the propulsion end, it turned in a circle. If you've seen rockets malfunction like that, it's all over the place. It's never in a straight line. And unfortunately, I don't have any videos of that. I'll get you some contrails of that sort of aftermath. But if you look at a rocket with the propulsion system at the back end of it, especially with the top end, it goes all over the place. It's not going to go in a perfect circle. All right. So this is what I mean. It's like rockets. It's like, let's not get too skeptical for us, but let's bring up this one. Oh, you look charming, mate. Oh, look great at a party. Right. Let's do this.
I want to get more from CBS News space analyst Bill Harwood. Bill, it is amazing the action on YouTube already just in the last 24 hours. People playing music behind these videos, anticipating the end of the world. This seems like a much more likely explanation, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does, Harry. You know, rockets can fail in spectacular ways. And when you look at vehicles up out of the atmosphere where there's no pressure constraining those contrails, it gets quite dramatic. We had a YouTube video, I think, of a Trident missile launch off Cape Canaveral back in 1989. That as soon as the missile came out of the water, the nozzle went hard over, and the rocket just started spinning end over end, just like that. So this video looks very similar to that, and that would certainly be my assumption as to what went wrong.
And I've been in Norway in the winter and seen the Aurora Borealis, which is spectacular, but it bears no resemblance to that whatsoever.
No, it really doesn't. And, you know, I've seen in the past, they've done experiments before where they've released materials into the upper atmosphere to study the ionosphere and things like that. And you get those same colors when those events happen. But in this case, this spinning plume motion clearly indicated the failure of some kind of solid rocket.
It's just too perfect.
Rocket motor.
And can you imagine if you were standing there looking at the night sky and seeing that, how freaked out you would be? Bill Harwood, thank you very, very much for your help this morning. Do appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks, Mr. Scientist. So, yeah. Don't be a prick, Nick. So, the explanation for that is obviously a failed rocket. Okay, do you want to see what an actual failed rocket looks like? All right, so you got the gist of the spiral motion. Yeah, yes, mate, pretty much so. Go to my Cosmic Twilight channel. If someone could pull it in the chat box, my Cosmic Twilight, I do a load of videos, mate. It kind of sounds like I'm a skeptic, and I'm really not, mate. It's you know, they do exist, but I kind of have a bit of a realistic perspective, but I'm not going to get triggered, not like Hidden did on Wednesday's show. Yeah, Hidden, you got well triggered, mate. So do I. I've learned my lesson, but yes, if anyone could put that in chat for me, that'd be great. So, rocket, I don't bloody think so. I think it's a portal, and I base that on absolutely no evidence whatsoever. Wait for it. Let me show you what a failed rocket looks like. This is a really good one. I think I might have shown this in the past. This is a beautiful footage of a failed space rocket. Hold on, me old cock and balls. Wonder if that'll work. Oh my god, I came up straight away. Fantastic. Right. Paste. Right. That coming up in chat right now is my Cosmic Twilight YouTube channel. So go check that out. It's full of every single German flying saucer documentary, anything German flying saucer related. Oh god, really? A protest next week again? Oh, get a life. And I've forgotten that one. Amongst other stuff as well. So let's have a look at this rocket. Oh my god, why people just get a life, honestly. So yeah, this is a SpaceX rocket malfunctioning. Wait for it. Wait for it. It's beautiful. Check this out. Now, does that look like the spiral? Okay, gather up like right here. See that there? There's no propulsion system coming out. See that there? You don't see that. Hold on. I think you do actually. Wait a minute. Did I just debunk myself? Hold on a minute. Oh, no, go back. No, go back again. Right, let's watch this again. It's a portal, not a rocket. Let me have my hopes and dreams, for Christ's sake. Right, okay. There's one thing I've noticed. I'm guessing every single rocket malfunctioning is going to look probably different. Have a look here where my cursor is. You see that over there? It's got a couple. See that? It's spinning. Oh. Oh, hang on, go back. Yeah, I don't know. Is that the ass end of the rocket itself? Oh, it kind of looks like it, chat, doesn't it? Did I just debunk myself? A bit bigger. Hold on. Go back one more time so you can see it in what we consider the balls, tits, and ass. There we go. Look at that. It kind of looks like it, doesn't it? Right, it's another footage here. Let's have a look. The whole thing's not spinning. Right, check this one out.
Here goes the first stage separating off.
Yeah, still doing the little spinny thing. Oh no. No, that's not a failed rocket. No, I'm talking shit. I am talking absolute bollocks right there. This is a launch light up night sky in Florida. So this is the actual launch. It's not malfunctioning. But you still have the spinny thing. Hold on. Excuse me. It's quite striking, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway, guys. What? Hey, Green Tea, nice to see you. How's it going? Maybe portals are the reason the ancients marked the heavens with stone circles. To mark when they would, have ceremony. Company. Sorry. Yeah, I guess so. That's not. I tell you what, it's a bit like Avebury. I don't know if you've heard of Avebury. Got a massive stone circle. They're like gigantic stone circles. Massive stones. I'm not joking. They're huge, like 50-foot tall, and there's loads of them in a circle. And every time I go there, I get massive headaches. I don't know why. Probably like the energy picked up there. So I guess so. One aspect of that, Green Tea. But yeah, nice to see you. Welcome on in. Mystery as 16 German politicians. Yeah, mate, that is wild conspiracy theories. Wild, mate. That is just like, to say that isn't a coincidence. I think it might be on my Twitter feed later, mate. But yeah, that is just going. Ooh. If that happened in England, I don't think it would go down well. But I think Germany's a bit woke. I don't know. Hey, Cool Bells Cats. Nice to see you. Evening, Alex. Nice to see you, man. Welcome on in. Nice to see you. So yeah, your thoughts on that, Cool Bells Cat? The spiral, the Norway Spiral. Whether or not it's actually a rocket. But that video kind of didn't really prove my point at all. But maybe this video will? No. Or maybe that one. Oh, okay. Oh, I'll tell you what, this is a really good one. Check this out. So I'm going to bring up some videos so you guys can see for yourself different angles of the Norway Spiral. You see what I mean? As a failed rocket, it's just too perfect, in my opinion. Not saying as a portal. Actually, I kind of am, actually. It just seems too perfect. It's like stationed in like one area. It's probably moving away from the camera, so to speak. But look at it. It looked nothing like the SpaceX launch. And harken back to the original photograph, not photograph, that drawing of the spiral effect in the sky in 1947, which I think is the earliest depictions of the spiral. So you can see that, right? I'm going to bring up, because green tea, I don't know if you've seen this. If you're still in chat, I'm just going to show you something. So just remember. Where is it to? That one there. Okay, yeah, that. I'm sorry, but that's a spiral. There's no other with Death Star. For me, as a researcher who tries, and a fellow conspiracy theorist, yes, cheers to that. Cheers. Oh, good point, actually. Clockwise, yeah. Yes, it is clockwise, yeah. I think what we have here, and I could... Thank you, Space Cow. I don't want to, take my hat off and say, it's all me. But I think what I've shown here on the internet, because I look for this photograph everywhere, and it's especially when it comes to the spiral, and no one's mentioned it. So I think here, first on Alien Addict, we can officially say we have found the spiral effect from the book that came out in 1983, but its depiction here is saying the account happened in autumn of 1947. And I know a couple of people in chat have already looked into ChatGPT. In fact, I'm going to go in Grok right now and have a look for... Actually, fuck Grok. Let's just pull it in. Did China have missiles in 1947? And I'm pretty sure it's going to say no. China did not have any missiles. Yep, no ballistic missiles. Not until 1964. We have the spiral effect over China in 1947. Boom. I'm saying the spiral effect is real. And once again, the mainstream media are doing their typical debunking, saying that what we've witnessed in the sky, and let's bring up that video up again because it's absolutely beautiful. It's striking. Which I don't think this is a rocket launch. However, we'll get to another video in a minute. Check this out one more time because it's beautiful. Meh. Oh, Sophia. Oh dear. They're convincing you again. Look, I have to admit, flat Earth, if I'm like really 420'd, I probably would believe it. But I've gone down such a rabbit hole. And look, okay. What I'm about to say is a bit controversial to some people. But flat earthers and chem believers, hardcore chem believers, they don't believe in science and they don't believe in anything medical intervention. Is I don't want to say that word, but they just don't believe in science. So that just goes out the window completely. So they would believe in something like the flat earth. And then I tell you what, if you want a good flat earth video, I can bring one up. I don't have it saved. I've got it on my phone, but I can bring it up. And when this flat earther is saying that the sun is like, it's got a penis or something like that, and it was so retarded. I was like, surely, like, there's like no common sense. Like, there was no common sense that came to the equation. Anything comes to flat Earth. Unfortunately, I do believe in science. I do believe.
Ladies and gentlemen,
oh, shut up! God, you're ugly. What was going to say? You scared me then. What was going to say? So about flat earthers anyway, but yeah, it's a topic I'm not going to go into. Is that and anything to do with MH370? I blank refuse to talk about. So I know Ollie and Lee love their flat earth, but for me, it's just that it's what one true Saxon says. Fucking nutcases, honestly. The point I was trying to get is that you do get people in that community who are very anti-science. I look at both ways. I'm very open-minded, even though I come across as a skeptic, and that's not my aim at all. I look at both avenues. As a researcher, I have to go, what is the alternative media? What is the conspiracy theorists are saying, and what is the mainstream saying? And I look between the two. I'm like, right, okay, what's making sense here? And then I make my own opinion, and then my opinion doesn't really take in factor what other people think. But then I go, well, fuck them. That's if it offends them, that's a them problem. You know what I mean? So, did we go to the moon? I don't think we did. We could do a moon landing. I tell you what, if we do moon landing, we'll do it on Hidden Show. We'll do it on Hidden Show because that is a whole massive rabbit hole in itself. I think he is a closeted flat earther, I should say. Because the thing is, he does say about flat earth, he's going, Ollie, just admit you're a flat earther. I'm not saying it's a psyop, but I would say the documentaries are quite convincing. It's convincing the person that the earth is flat without really giving scientific evidence. Now, a flat earth is going to go absolutely apeshit when I say that scientific. But when you say scientific, do you mean mainstream? Again, it's people don't believe in mainstream science. It's just that's typical flat earther. When you look at it, when you say north, east, south, west, they'd be like, "What? No, the Earth's flat, mate." They don't believe in that sort of stuff. It's just like stuff like that makes me go, okay. Like one true Saxon says, kind of a bit of a nutcase. One true Saxon said it, I didn't. But no, I see your point, one true Saxon. Honestly, it's just like, as long as it makes them happy, that's absolutely fine. But when you don't agree with them, it's a bit like those chemies. They go absolutely apeshit at you. Very, very violent. And I mean, it's like a typical troll sort of response you normally get from someone who's sitting behind a computer screen. If you meet him face to face, it'd be a completely different matter. Oh, God, that's sweet. Bloody hell. It's only J2O. And I got a cider here. Open up in a minute. What's green tea saying? I look at the ancient carvings on megalithic structures, etc. They show round planets. Yeah, even like constellations and stuff like that. If we could all go back to the Sumerians, I believe, the Sumerians and Babylonians, especially in Iraq, do depict that. I believe, I can't remember his name now. Is this Zachariah Sitchin who brought forward the Anunnaki theory? He mentioned something about the planets as well and constellations. I mean, if you look at like all religions, it's kind of based upon astrology when you look at it. So like the whole flat earth aspect is like, oh, the whole aspect of space is fake. The moon's fake. I'm like, okay. Just like gets a bit too much for me. You know what I mean? Sometimes it goes right over my head. A bit too woo, as one would say. I'm open to people's opinions and all that, but it doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to believe it. But it gets a bit too overboard, so to speak. So, do I have any videos I have left over? Oh, by the way, guys, I know I sometimes say something controversial on Alien Addict. Sometimes political. Sometimes I swear a lot. To a certain degree, heavy words. But the past couple of live streams, it had to be reviewed by a person. And I'm going, why? Why is it being reviewed by a person? Is it something to do with the background I got? So I'll be interested to see the outcome of that. Because only since I put in that, and even that at the top right there, it has to get reviewed by a person, which has never happened before. Or it might be that the Maria Orsic thumbnail does have like a good outcast of a woman's boob. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. But yeah, I'm not going to go there because I want to keep Alien Addict to like at least PG-13. Do you know, I could start another channel with me just flipping ranting about current state of affairs. Yeah, I could do, because I could run my mouth, but YouTube is like hitting hard at the moment. I could turn into like a British version of Alex Jones. Oh, in fact, did you see him go ape shit? Because someone, we'll get to it. I think it's saved on my on my Twitter. But sorry, I got to finish off. I've got a wicked dry mouth. Oh, I love a good G2O. I can't remember. I can't remember if she popped up. I can't remember what I just did 2 minutes ago. Watch astronauts jump on the moon. It should lift like 10 meters. They raise the same on the Earth gravity. Okay, that is one way of debunking that the fact that is slowed down. And I tell you what, we'll do that for Hidden Show, the fake moon landing. I think that'll be a good one because there's a load of content we can show for that. So yeah, I'll message Hidden. Hidden, you're in chat. Say Sadie, is that right? I'm saying the name right this time, hopefully. Oh my god, I screwed so many words up today. But welcome on in. Nice to see you. Welcome into the show. Yeah, Sadie. Norway Spiral, which is, I bring the thumbnail up. It's that thing there, that big spirally effect. Yeah, it's good to get your thoughts on that, to be honest with you. I'm not too sure. Hey, don't worry if you're late. Don't worry. I'm not going anywhere just yet. But yeah, the spiral effect. Okay, have I got any more videos I can show? I don't think that's it. I think there's one more. There's one more, actually, a bit like a debunk. Kind of. But it's worth going through. This will be the last one before we move on, because I've got loads of videos to show today, guys. Loads of UFO photographs, videos, for some very interesting videos, a bit Heidi Musan, amongst other stuff. So let's crack on with this, just to show the first 5 minutes of what this guy is saying. Michael Lowe, 70. 15 years ago. Oh, man, I tell you what. Date. 17th of December 2009. I was in music college. I had long hair, and I was 2 years in or 3 years in of my awakening stage. I was an absolute hardcore chemtrail believer. I said the word, and I got a video of that, which I might bring up in a minute. Right, here we go. Let's see what this guy's saying.
We all heard about the event in Norway yesterday, the massive spiral in the sky, the perfect spiral that was accompanied by some strange black hole type event that just engulfed the whole thing. And it was explained away by the military, the Russian military, saying that it was a failed Bulava missile. They said that the missile was launched from a submarine in the White Sea, and that the first 2 stages of the rocket were fine, and then the 3rd stage failed, and it leaked liquid fluid. Well, there's a few problems with this theory. The first is that these Bulava missiles that they were testing supposedly actually uses a solid propellant. Now, we could see from the pictures that there was actually some sort of missile or rocket launch. You could see from the bottom right where it's circled that it does look like a true rocket launch or a missile launch. That's how the trail looks. But what's weird is after that first stage, then the trail, that spiral, that loopy spiral, the blue thing that goes up, it's actually perfect. It's not affected by any wind. But
right, let me just go back. He makes a good point there. However, as the rocket's taken off, yes, it's left the, one would say a chem, let's just call it a trail for the time being. It's left a trail, but you can see it's going all over the place. All right. Bear in mind, this is a typical example of atmospheric conditions, especially with jet streams. It goes all over the place. So if you look at a big fat trail that's been laid in the sky, sometimes it is all over the place. So it really depends on the atmosphere and which way the jet stream is going, because it's all over the place up there when it's like 35,000 feet. But then the rocket goes a lot higher than that, and maybe because it's past the troposphere, so it's gone pretty much into orbit, and then it's got a more stable gravity to make it straight. I'm not a scientist, clearly.
after that first stage, then the trail, that spiral, that loopy spiral, the blue thing that goes up, it's actually...
Yeah, it's how high this so-called rocket is going. Because if it's past the troposphere, which is basically cruising altitude where an aircraft is flying, above that, you're pretty much in orbit. So maybe there's no wind current, so it's more stable for the rocket as it's turning to give off that straight effect. Because basically here, it's such a perfect circle. This is what I mean. It's like what the guy was saying right there. That's where it goes a bit wibbly wobbly. And then the blue here is completely straight.
Affected by any wind. Not only that, but the spirals aren't affected by any wind or anything. You know, that stuff gets blown around real quick. Look at the...
Yeah, it really depends on how high this rocket is going.
Look at how any rocket launch trail looks. It's very chaotic, and that thing was just perfect. And even if you look at the contrails from a jet, especially if they're chemtrails that stay up there for a while, you see that they get blown around and distorted real quick. Now that spiral, it must have been hundreds of miles wide, because they say that it was launched from the White Sea, right? And it was just perfect, completely perfect spirals. But that brings me to my next problem. They say it was launched from the White Sea, but the White Sea, as you can see from this picture, was a minimum of 500 or 600 kilometers away from where they saw it. Do you think that they'd be able to witness it that well, 500 to 600 kilometers away?
Right. This is more or less like the flat Earth aspect to this. Yes, I think you probably could. Because remember the ISS that flew over my house going back a couple of months ago, and I took a really close-up video footage of it, which kind of looks like a plasma orb, but then I tracked where the ISS was, and it was pretty much to the right of where my house was, but it looked like it flew over my house. But when you looked at the ISS, it was more or less way over to the left-hand side. So I guess in one aspect that the guy here doesn't understand how far distance the rocket launch actually is. I don't know where this guy is based, to be honest with you. I mean, he's just what he's researching really here. But from that distance, I don't know. It's quite far away when you look at it. So I'm guessing he's there somehow. Oh no, is that the rocket launch there? Whatever.
And it had to have launched straight up, not towards Norway, because they say it didn't fail till the third stage. Also,
I have no idea
any other time a rocket or a missile starts to fail, they blow it up right away so that it can't, do something crazy and go into the wrong country or something.
It's in the
distance. That would be a disaster for them. They blow it up as soon as it starts to go wrong. This event lasted for minutes. So the truth of the matter is the White Sea was too far away for that event to have occurred there. Not only that, but you could see like the glow coming down from the spirals, focusing in one spot. You could see the blue spiral, the loop-de-loop looking spiral coming down. It focuses at the same spot where it was launched on the ground. Obviously, that's some kind of focal lens pointing at the center of the spiral where the black...
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It goes like this black hole sort of effect.
Black hole starts to occur. But if it didn't come from the White Sea, what is in that area?
Right, if that's the rocket launch, look, you can kind of see... You can see it's pretty much on the same trajectory. You can see it.
Yeah. Well, it's been confirmed that it's actually the Russian equivalent of the HARP system, the massive radio antenna that
we'll stop in a minute, don't worry.
Focused energy in any part of the atmosphere or ionosphere. Now, here's a theory from Cliff High, and this is what I think is most likely. Remember, the Copenhagen Treaty is going on next door, as well as Obama receiving the Nobel Peace Prize. It seems like this would be the perfect time for the Russians to display their superiority, their military might. So this is an interview with
That is a complete woo-woo explanation. I love it.
Cliff High, the leader of the WebBot project on...
Oh, no flipping way. Cliff. He's the guy that predicted the... Guys, help me out here. This is 2009. He's mentioned about Cliff. Because he mentioned the name. I was like, that rings a bell. He's the guy that predicted something that will happen in the future. And I can't remember.
The Nobel Peace Prize. It seems like this would be the perfect time for the Russians to display their superiority, their military might. So this is an interview with Cliff High, the leader of the WebBot project on Jeff Rent's radio tonight.
Okay, and let's get right back to business with Cliff High, halfpasthuman.com. $10, The Shape of Things comic issue 3 is out now. Go get it. All right, if you look at the top of my homepage, most of you have seen the picture, perhaps there or elsewhere. Norway, a truly bizarre apparition, as it were, in the sky, difficult to describe easily, so take a look at it. The Russians came out today, I guess around 24 hours after the original photographs began to run all over the internet, and said it was an out-of-control MIRV ICBM test.
That's Firefox.
Having looked at hundreds, I don't know, of Vandenberg launches in Southern California, when they put them off at, excuse me, twilight or dusk, and the rocket rises, and the upper atmospheric winds push the contrail in strange ways, not quite as exacting as these, and then as it gets up into the upper ionosphere and stratosphere, and then goes into space, it's up into the sun, and it turns into anywhere. You can watch the whole thing. So I could project that on this and understand how it could be. But Cliff is telling me that he's picked up other information, and I am all ears, please.
Yeah, there's a couple of issues there. First off, I don't believe in meaningless coincidence. So the fact that we have the Copenhagen and the Nobel Prize stuff and this occurrence all at the same time is a big okay. Then there's the other issue. There's no element of chaos in that image in either the video or in stills or any of it. All the reports are that it was an organized, discrete event. There was no element of chaos. So the claim that it was a dually punctured rocket that was rotating just doesn't hold up. Excuse me.
Well, let me say one other thing quickly while you're clearing up there. I've watched again so many launches. I have never seen one even close to being that precise in its...
Do you know what makes a good point there? We've never seen it like this. Well, actually, kind of. If we the photograph that I showed you earlier, we had all the comparisons with the spiral effect for the past 40 years. Some of them kind of looked a bit fake, but we've always had missile launches for the past since the space age. So why haven't we seen the same effect in the sky? It's only until 2009 where this one starts coming to fruition in Norway. I'm sorry, I'm not really the whole aspect. Of course, the bloody mainstream media would say it's a flipping a rocket, but for me, I'm like, we can trace this back to 1947, the spiral effect. So that's just my opinion.
In its layout, that is remarkable. So that's quite a scene, and I hope all of you take a look at it. We don't know what it is for sure. The Russians may have just put out a story to do again some kind of a public service.
They're actually covering up their other work in that area.
I wouldn't be surprised.
The
source of this, the island for which the thing was theoretically aimed, is actually the source of one of their woodpecker installations, their harp. And there's these three fellows, an Uzbeki, a Russian, and a German, that have this radio station, and they broadcast probably what we would think of as pirate. And I've been listening to it because I can pick up on the German and some of the Russian. And really what they're describing is that the whole rocket thing is a cover for a demonstration of a destruction of the actual ether by the HARP installation in Russia as a warning or whatever to the people that were attending the...
Is he talking about the bloody woodpecker? That's that. So that's 1980s technology. I would have thought 2009 the Russians would have changed their technology. So this is like the first signal that was beamed from Russia into the United States. I guess you can call it the first HARP. I don't know the science behind this, but I know they were beaming frequencies from Russia into the United States. I think whether or not to actually, you could say that it's there to change the bloody weather, it's there for communications, to spy on the FBI or any free data agency. So, yeah, I'll have a look at it in a minute. This is called the Woodpecker. Old technology.
For a demonstration of a destruction of the actual ether by the HARP installation in Russia as a warning or whatever to the people that were attending the military people that are involved in the Copenhagen.
Oh, that's interesting.
Right.
Explain to me destruction of the ether for our listeners.
The ether is a concept that dates back to the Greeks, but it's also called the Dirac Sea or the 0-point medium, and it basically the dark energy stuff that you always hear the NASA scientists blathering on about. Doesn't really exist as they think it does. But nonetheless, it is the point from which continuous creation and matter appears, if you follow hyperdimensional physics and torsion physics and all of that. Anyway, the statement from the Russian, who's a very knowledgeable scientist on there, you can tell just from listening to him, is
That
that
was sneaky.
the whole point of this was not the spiral or the interesting little blue effect or
Bat
the glowing
signal.
anything. It was that black hole that seemed to open up there and expand, and it was an actual demonstration that you can send missiles at us or do anything you want, and look, we can actually destroy the place at which matter is created.
Trifle.
They created a gravitational hole there. There's reports out of Finland that there was a large dip in the gravitational wave or of their sensors that was the equivalent of 10 or 20 airplanes while this was going on. And apparently they have these sensors all over the planet that would literally pick up a large airplane flying over you and the distortion it makes in local gravity. And so the Russian was citing the stuff from the Finns about what was going on. They thought all their instruments were breaking and they were unaware of what was actually occurring.
It's the screwdriver. That's right. It is.
Or the blowback from this was being overshot them and it distorted local gravity.
Yeah, 40 towers. Yeah.
Well, I've never seen a rocket leave a trail like this anywhere near it. Not
Yeah, with that blue light going back to the HARP installation, it's kind of like a.
And if you look back down to in the picture to the ground, there is obviously a white luminescence at the base of it. I don't know what that's about.
That would be the focal point or the lens for the thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is very interesting. Very interesting. So it might have been a calling card to
Just a minute left,
somebody or
guys.
some group of bodies. Don't
Or a demonstration of a certain level of knowledge, certainly. Yeah.
Hey, TT, how's it going? Nice to see you.
Kinds of things that are fascinating. And if you hear anything else about that, I'd like to know, because when they put the rocket story on, I posted it, but I've seen too many. It just didn't work.
It was too pat.
Didn't work for me.
It didn't pass the smell test right away. And then I started listening to some of these other sources. There's a lot of Ruski podcasty out there, and these guys are making nice little podcasts and discussing all the things that are going on in their version of the world. Much of which does not, of course, reconcile with ours.
Fortunately. Or otherwise. Very interesting.
Yeah, thanks, Clive. Right, okay. What I'm going to do... So, yeah, before we move on from the spiral... So, it's a mixed bag when it comes to people in chat. It is something out of 40 towers, isn't it? Yeah, some say it's a rocket. Some say it's a portal. I quite like the portal aspect of it, to be honest with you. What am I going to bring up now? What am I going to bring up? 2 seconds. Now. There we go. No. Okay. All right. Let's move on from the spiral. But for the people that are new in chat who think that spiral effect in 2009 was a rocket, just show you one more time Okay, because this is obviously like world breaking news. I'm joking. This was taken from a book from 1983 called UFOs over Modern China. And right here, the extract of autumn 1947. There were no missiles, ballistic missiles, or a space agency in China at that time. This was 2 years after World War II. And what you see in the sky is a spiral effect. Excuse me. Oh, bloody hell. Yes, a spiral. So there we go. It kind of looks like a cornetto cone. Yes. So the spiral effect, obviously, we'll keep our eyes to the skies. In fact, there was one not long ago that did spiral around, but didn't look nothing like the one you've seen in Norway, which we'll get to when we get to X. So there we go. Me old cock and balls. That's that. So my estimation, yes, possibly could be a rocket, but I'm still going portals just to piss people off. So there we go. I like the idea. It seems quite cool, but amazing effect, nevertheless. Amazing effect. So what else have I got in me all library here? Play other videos. Okay, play other videos. What else we got here? That can go. That can go. That can go. That can go. Sorry. We've got to bring something up. Okay. Oh, yeah. Could be a Stargate, actually. That's a pretty good one, actually, Sandy. Yeah. Not bad at all. Gobstopper. Nice to see you, brother. Welcome on in. Nice to see you. So, yeah, a bit of a mixed bag, isn't it, when it comes to the old spinny, majiggy thing in the sky. But we can trace them back through many decades, even before. Yes, the ballistic missiles did happen, obviously, in Germany, but in China, no, not at all. Though, actually, before I do anything else, because I don't think I've got this in my notes at the moment, there is a congressional hearing on Tuesday the 9th at 10 a.m. US time, which I think it's around 5 hours ahead. We're 5 hours ahead, so I think it'd be about 3-4 o'clock. Yes, of course, I'm going to go live. All right, so I'll just let you know that, but I'll pre-warn everybody before I go live. Most likely you'll be at work, but don't worry, you don't have to come in. I will be 420 in, and yeah, see if Nancy Mace is there. She's got that secretary look, that sort of librarian sort of look. Very sexy, very appealing. I'm a man, what do you expect? So, yes, videos of Mr. Coulthard himself. He brought up a few videos. I'm doing. There we go. Rocket portals. I have something on its way, and it may be a rocket balloon. How the hell is going to float? I've got no helium. But yeah. I said it with this scene. Oh, yeah. Do you know what? Really sorry, Sadie. I'm just going to play something really quick. I normally don't play Ross because, like I said, he's just led down a path with fake information. He thinks he knows what he's talking about, even though he's relatively new in ufology to a certain degree. Although I did see a news report of him back in 2009 talking about UFOs, but he's put out there as the bread and butter of ufology. It's like, mate, I don't think you are. But anyway, we're here to critique and educate the public on what we're about to witness. So this is a new so-called whistleblower, which do you know, this is the other thing that really annoys me, because ufology back in, for instance, the 90s. I mean, I've been watching the X-Files with Mrs. We're like season 5 now, right? And there's one thing I've noticed, right, is the fact that the word disclosure has changed in the past 15 years. So disclosure back in the 90s were showing the technology of extraterrestrial alien craft, that there's some sort of reverse engineering going on. Yes, obviously revealing aliens, but now what I've noticed that the conversation has changed. Yeah, okay, aliens are multi-interdimensional beings. Yes, there could be a physical form. There could be in craft, the craft themselves could be extraterrestrial. So the whole conversation behind aliens or extraterrestrials, EBEs, whatever you want to call it, is all over the place. And I think saying it in congressional hearings is just I just think it's too woo. I thought we were there for the technology. I thought that's what is going to give us disclosure is the technology. Because you're going to find a technology that's something alien. It's going to, in one way, give us some slow drip disclosure to a certain degree, if you follow my words on that one. But at the same time, are we going to get the full whack disclosure, which is obviously showing these extra-dimensional, if they're actually extra-dimensional or a physical form? I just think the whole conversation is all over the place. And I think Ross is a high candidate for this sort of conversation. It's just been played. It's massive theatre. Ufology in 2025 is massive theatre. And unfortunately, if you've been in this community long enough or been in the field or topic long enough, you can understand the players that be. You are going to get grifted. You're going to get people that are going to push the conversation in certain directions. My God, I have talked about it so much on Alien Addict. So my whole aspect of current day ufology, it's like fucking the wife you're not attracted to anymore. It's like, okay, all right, here we go, missionary. Here we go. You know, it's a bit like that. So it's probably a wrong analogy for it, but it's just it's like a cliffhanger for a soap opera. It's a big cliffhanger, but the outcome is nothing. It's like a big hype, then nothing. Hype, then nothing. But whistleblowers need to bring evidence and not just saying it. This is the point I was trying to get across. That fact that these whistleblowers are saying it, but not providing any evidence. Hashtag Grosh, amongst other people as well. People say, well, Jake Barber, so we'll get to Jake Barber in a bit. But at the same time, it's like that egg-shaped video that was released by News Nation was not what Jake Barber saw. That's what News Nation got somehow, which looked like a flipping balloon. We're all triggered, yeah. Like, God damn, get him off the screen. All right, 2 seconds, guys. All right, we'll just go through. I'm sorry for rambling, and I've got this guy's face. It looks like he's got a sympathy face. Like, I'm sorry. Sorry, mummy. Really sorry. Right, let's do this. So sorry, guys.
12th of July. That's actually only a few weeks.
Right. Okay. This is the problem I'm having with video footage. Okay. Look, I know a vast majority. Hey, John P. Adventures. Nice to see you, man. John, what I'm going to do, because I haven't replied to your email, I'm going to reply to your email right now, but I'm going to put my personal email because that's the one I see every day. Email me on that one, all right? But just don't dox my surname, for Christ's sake. All right? But I'll do that for you, man, because Alien Addict, I just forget, and I got to log in and all that, but I'll send you my personal email, mate, and we'll get in contact through there. So going back to video footage, what we're finding at the moment, it's crap footage. I'm going to be honest with you. I played a load of videos from documentaries, UFO documentaries from the 80s and even 90s, and it's way better footage than what we're seeing now. Balls of light can be misidentified by, even I've done it myself, the ISS, planets, etc., etc. Yes, I sound like Project Blue Book, but look, listen, this is someone who has experience. Sophia will probably say the same thing. If you're an experienced sky watcher, you know what you're looking for. Yes, you're going to find stuff that, or an object that's quite unusual, but the vast majority of the time, I kind of know what I'm really looking at. Chinese lanterns I haven't seen a lot of, but let's have a look at this footage and let's just critique your lovers on what this could be.
I guess, noise to signal.
Now, you very kindly provided us with a couple of videos, and I'm going to...
Because one aspect, I should say, when you're new to sky watching, you will record anything and post it online, thinking that you've captured something that no one has ever captured before. But believe me when I say this, we've seen the same thing over and over again, because it's a very common thing we see in the sky. It's a learning curve, guys, and it's for one to accept. Sometimes I'm going to be wrong. Oh, I'm going to be wrong all the time. I'll definitely accept that. You know, put my hand up, say, right, I was wrong on that one, and I've learned a lesson on that. But the fact that yes, I look at the skeptics, especially Mick West. There is one video he does when he's actually sort of debunking this, and we've got to look at that. We have to, a lot of people in the sort of alternative movement or the conspiracy realm have a very fringe outlook on skeptics. Yeah, they could come across as arrogant, but I need to listen to what they're saying. I have to listen to whether or not got any valuable points, and sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. But again, I don't get offended or worked up if they have a different opinion. Or do I? Except for if that girl was beating me the other day at boot camp. Let it go, Nick. Let it go.
Refer to these now. There was one from the 12th of July, 2025 that came in from some witnesses. They recorded video footage of some anomalous objects in the sky. So this is 12th of July. That's actually only a few weeks ago in Hooksett, New Hampshire. 2 civilian witnesses, 2 minutes duration. Exactly. The objects were 200 feet away. 2 brilliant ruby red contained spheres of light, described as a basketball-sized condensed sun contained within a 1 meter clear sphere. The witness would like to be credited as Lou N on the video. Talk to that. Described as a basketball-sized condensed sun contained within a 1 meter clear sphere.
Right. Okay. First things first. These clearly look like lanterns, from my experience, and I've got loads of footage of lanterns, especially around about 2010 period where we saw them on a daily basis.
The witness would like to be credited as Lou N on the video.
As to that one.
Kaysen, can you give any explanation, a prosaic explanation for what that object might be? Could it be an aircraft or a helicopter or a drone?
I mean, not to my knowledge. And this object is one that has been described to us in several reports, over a dozen, as far as the category goes. And that category is a contained sphere of what is often described as a condensed sun, just a ball of some sort of plasma or energy or light that is either red, like in this example, orange, or a brilliant white.
Yeah, I know.
And was this characteristic of a lot of the purported 200 feet away? There's no noise. There's no jet propeller. There's no propellers. There's no turbine.
God.
These objects.
Oh, God, Ross. Oh, no. News Nation, you have got to be kidding me. I mean, these are lanterns. These are lanterns. Oh my God.
Appear to be completely silent. There's no visible means of propulsion, is there?
Correct.
Is this a so-called a former senior intelligence officer? Mate, what are you doing? I'm sorry to be this guy. I want to be positive in ufology, but this is crap footage. This is clearly lanterns. Next,
positive lift, and then travelled approximately
I'm getting
40
triggered
miles
now.
in 5 seconds. Wow.
Yeah. So this is about that. Sure. I mean, this is describing one witness who reported for the 2 others in the MSP area. They're law enforcement officers. The first occurrence in February, they observed this object from a hill where they were conducting training for over 25 minutes before having the time to go to a higher location, which was a parking garage, where they observed the object just floating in the sky, sometimes moving slowly, sometimes being stationary, and then sometimes moving rather quickly, but linearly. And after about 25 minutes, also, from my recollection, on that parking garage, a helicopter got within, near vicinity of the object. I don't think the helicopter was aware of its presence. And then the object, as described by the witness, moved 40 miles north in the span of 5 seconds. And then they were still able to observe it there. And so one of the law enforcement officers got into his squad car and drove in that direction for, I think, over 30 minutes, observing it the whole time. The 2 individuals who are still in the parking garage observing it the whole time. And then it concluded.
And I'm going to ask you the obvious question. I presume your GeoInt friends have told you. Is there any known object in any inventory known to you that can move 40 miles in 5 seconds?
Not known to me.
Problem with that, it's the perspective of what we're actually seeing. It's like if you're in a helicopter and you see, and I've seen this many, many times, if you see a Chinese lantern in the sky and you're in a police helicopter, there was one police helicopter was actually filming this lantern and it would look like it was hauling ass. And you know how Chinese lanterns fly? It's very, very, they go with the breeze, but in the helicopter's perspective through the camera, it actually looked like it was hauling ass. And it's a bit like the Tic Tac and Go Fast. It's a bit like that. It's given a false perspective. So I got that face right there. Sorry, guys. I'm really sorry. Just a couple more videos. It's just prove my point. And I'm really sorry if I do get frustrated, because I kind of do with these people. Is given the public saying, look, this is clearly UFOs. It's like, no, it's not. If you just do a bit of research, you'll been in the topic or skywasher long enough, you can easily pick stuff out. And yes, there are satellites that are quite bright in the sky. Not denying that. I'm not denying there are strange anomalies. I'm not denying there are UFOs out there. But at the same time, what we're seeing in the sky can easily be debunked. Okay.
High altitude platforms, 20 years as a commercial captain. Over the past 18 months, the witness told you he has personally observed several dozen instances of orbs.
Right, the orb aspect. Yes, orbs are real. Yes, I do believe there is something to it. I'm not saying they're all bloody dust or anything like that, because I do believe that the paranormal and the extraterrestrial aspect is all linked in one go. When what I mean by that, and this is all speculations, we take photographs of ghosts and there's orbs in it, and we're seeing orbs in the sky. It's the same thing. It's all like based upon plasma. I know people get poo-pooed by the idea of it, but in one way, pretty much everything is plasma to a certain degree. I could go into detail on that with another episode. But what we're seeing in the sky here, look, you see it's going all flickery. This is to do with the camera. Trust me when I say I've had so many cameras over the years, going back to tape, to mini DV tapes, to recording with DVDs, even to like digital now, and even my phone camera, which is like the latest date, the Samsung S25 Ultra Pro, whatever it's bloody called, is the best camera on the market, and still it creates this effect, and it's given the illusion that this object is acting like a plasma form. It's got different textures and it's changing shape, but it's to do with the pixelations of the camera. That's just my opinion on that one.
Extreme velocity along massive racetrack routes within the continental United States and exclusive economic
CD.
zones.
I'm really sorry.
The witness
We'll be
states,
really quick
like several other commercial witnesses, that almost all of his colleagues consistently observe the same phenomenon. Sometimes with multiple objects flying around a main orb, sometimes just a single brighter orb. The witness also describes one instance observing a smaller orb coming down in a dive bomb from the larger object at extreme rates of speed to a Delta 737 flight 15 miles distant. The object then fish-hooked directly under the Delta flight at extreme proximity and then darted back to the larger orb. The instance occurred on a flight from Dallas to Minneapolis, and the objects were observed for 2 hours prior to the incident. Now, we're going to cut now to a video which shows one of the larger orbs heading east, and then you'll see it here fading in the rapid racetrack pattern. This object was observed by the pilot for 20 minutes, and the video was shot approximately 10 minutes into the observation. The city lights, that's Oklahoma City down there, flying northbound at cruising altitude. This is a very heavy-duty sighting, Kaysen. This is somebody with a huge reputation in professional aviation. Is there any prosaic explanation that you can cite? Very heavy-duty sighting, Kaysen. This is somebody with a huge reputation. A video which shows one of the larger orbs heading east, and then you'll see it here fading in the rapid racetrack pattern. This object was observed by the pilot for 20 minutes, and the video was shot approximately 10 minutes.
Right. I think that might be probably a satellite, because I've got plenty of time-lapse footage of the night sky. In fact, I could probably bring one up now. We can see exactly what we're seeing here. All right. Right. Okay. Well, first things first. No more Ross. That's it. We've done. It's just is one aspect of the point I'm trying to get across here, and it's this. Video footage like this is not really doing the community any favor. What we have witnessed is what I would consider wank footage. It is, isn't it? When you look at it, I'd even say the gimbal and go fast are crap. I'm really kind of sick and tired of seeing these thermal images. It doesn't really prove the object, because we're given a false perspective of what the object looked like, because it's actually given either the heat signature. So we don't know whether or not it looks like a Tic Tac. Has anyone actually seen a real footage or photograph of a Tic Tac? I haven't. I keep talking about it, but I haven't really seen anything that looks like a flipping Tic Tac at all. And dare I say, the gimbal go fast, that looks a bit like a flipping ball of light, isn't it? Well, I would guess it's a ball of light. So, yeah, this is News Nation. I'm very skeptical with News Nation and what they're coming forward. They seem to be the #1 people to put out UFO, anything related to UFOs and stuff like that. And the forefront for this is Ross, which I'm very, very skeptical about. We need a big proper UFO. Yes, we need something, but at the same time, yeah, man. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna send you the email address that I rarely check, but I will do. Is Alien Addict, Alien Addict Podcast at gmail.com. I have a backtrack record of sometimes not responding, but I will promise I will definitely check on a daily basis. So if you want to go send me an email, and you can contact me directly, because I'm not going to send you my bloody number. All right, John. John sent me an email. That was like 2 weeks ago, and I haven't sent an email back. I feel bad, man. Honestly, so sorry. Fake News Nation, absolutely. Yeah. Do you think they're doing good in terms of news? More transparency? What, ufology? Give me a break. We'll see on the live stream, which would be, hold on. Oh, it's this Tuesday. Okay, well, you get an extra stream then. So yes, on Tuesday. We'll see what happens. But I'll let everyone know before it all starts kicking off and everything. So Ross, get out of here. We're done with you. And let's have a look. What else we got? All right, okay. Oh my God. We're going to bring our friend back. So the man himself. Dave's gone. He's out of the blue. No idea where he's gone, mate. But yeah, I mean, Ollie and Lee. Yeah, I don't mind getting them on, mate. But the thing is with those guys, they're very conspiracy mindset. Now, what I mean by that, and this is no disrespect, okay? But when you do a podcast, hold on, every single day, and I think they go 3 days a week, talking about conspiracies, it doesn't do good for your mental health. All right. I've been there many times, all right? Especially recently. And actually, Ollie called me up last week, and I said, how are you getting on talking about conspiracies every single day? He goes, mate, we had to do 3 days a week because it started to get a bit much. I'm like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. All right. So my main concern is getting them on Alien Addict. Is that they're going to start talking about conspiracies? I'm like, don't say that word, like, because honestly, the algorithm picks it up. I'm trying to keep this like hidden. Says PG-13. Try not to swear. Well, I've already said the swear word like a multitude of them, which I'm not going to say anymore. But the topics they deal with is quite fringe. It's quite out there, really. But I don't mind them talking about like UFOs and stuff like that. But I don't mind talking about anything. But I'm trying to build Alien Addict up to beat the algorithms, because it just seems to be like a very steady line at the moment. I'm going, well, it's just like it's just shadow banning. That's what I'm going to say. We all know. It just seems to be a very reoccurring thing with UFO channels. Not all. Some of them just get thousands of views. But it's just what it is. We have fun here. We critique. We go back through the history of ufology to the best we can. Have a bit of watch parties and all that. But current day ufology does get me triggered. I'm going to be honest with you. Honestly, I think there's a lot of frustration. People in England are frustrated. And I understand that. They're on edge. They feel something's coming. Like Hidden says, it's like a powder keg about to go off. It's like the fuse has been lit and you've got your eyes shut, but you don't know when it's going to go bang. And that's what it's like at the moment. So everyone, it's very high tension. We all know what's going on. I'm not going to go there. Thing is that sort of topic, I can't go on an Alien Addict because it's just too fringe. I can't talk about it. But yeah, it's scary times. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a bit scared. I'm going to be honest. But anyway, things should work out. I'm just going to say this now. If you've got kids born in 2025, a friend of mine was like, "Yeah, we're gonna have a kid." I'm like, "Great. Fancy moving out of England soon?" It's like, oh, fuck it. I can't see any future for kids. Don't go there, Nick. Don't go there. This is it. Those sort of topics I go off with, and I should talk about it on Alien Addict. UFOs and aliens and Ross Coulthard. All right, videos. Any other videos we can bring up? There was a Heidi Musan one. There was some bit of boogers if anyone wants to see it. Where are you two? There he is. Right. Big production value
Mazin
here.
Television presents.
Hey, it works. It's translated into English. Check this out. So we get to hear Heine speaking in English. Look at
The
this.
Sphere returns. New events are happening in the so-called Valle del Cauca in Colombia on March 2nd, 2025. You surely remember these extraordinary videos that were captured by two people where a sphere descends and is recovered.
Hey, at least we get to hear him in English. Well, when I say that in AI voice. But yeah, every time we've played a video of Heine, it's always been in his native accent, which therefore I take the piss out of sometimes. When I just mimic what he says to the best I can. It's not being racist. It's just have a bit of fun. But now he's in English. This is what he sounds like. Heine.
Later, another one would be recorded in Tuluá while the field was being cultivated. Later, perhaps the best video of all time would take place in Jumbo, recorded by William Zuniga. Then came Mulalo, a controversial video for some, however,
great,
absolutely legitimate.
Oh God, it doesn't sound great, doesn't it?
Captured in the Mulalo Mountains.
All right, the Boogosphere. Yes, we've done an episode on it. A lot of people believe it's Facus and Gaius. It's just how it moves. This is it. It's promoted by this guy, Heine Musan, who, like I said, he has a backtrack record of faking UFO sightings. Remember the live stream I did? I was showing him that the fact that he got caught out faking a UFO photograph and then the live stream went dead. Thanks, History Channel. But yeah, he's got a backtrack record. This is the thing with ufology, guys. People like this, you need to say, okay, you may be a grifter. Fine, if you want to make one out of it, that's absolutely fine. Ufology is a business, is an industry, and it's entertainment. All right. So yes, you're going to get money makers from it. But Heine has a backtrack record, like I said, of faking UFO sightings all the way back to the late 80s, for Christ's sake. You got to learn from these people, learn from their mistakes. Okay, you might have fucked up once, you might have fucked up twice, 3 times, but it's like 50 times here, and now he's promoting the Boogosphere. And for me, it's like, I would imagine, I'll take this analogy, it's just like, it's a bit like a relationship when somebody cheats so much, and they'd be like, oh no, I'll forgive you now, when they've been cheated like 10 times on you. It's like,
oh, I'll give this 10th time a go. You know, he might be right on this one. It's like, no. He's still a cheater. He's still cheated. And once a cheater is always a cheater. That's just my aspect on that. You know, but like I said, he's been caught so many times lying and faking UFO sightings and openly being caught out on it. But now he's got the biggest fear right. He's just got this one right this time. It's like, well, no. Let's take a step back and learn from these people's mistakes, and why I'm very critical of anything this guy puts out. It's no disrespect to Heine. Like I said, I try to be nice on this channel. I don't want to call names to these people. It's just, it don't affect me. Shut up, Nick. Of course you do.
Birds.
You get triggered. Right, this video footage.
But let's watch this extraordinary video that shows that it is
I love the pink suit, Heine.
Absolutely extraordinary.
Right, check this out. Let's put this a bit bigger. I don't know, guys.
August 28th, 2025, Tuluá, Valle del Cauca, Colombia. A group of paragliding friends were preparing to fly. Around 11 in the morning, they took advantage of the thermal currents to take off from a high area near Pikachu Hill. During the flight, they were followed by a metallic-looking sphere similar to those previously sighted in Buga and Jumbo. It is exactly the same.
Yes. Good point.
Henry Mauricio Merchanrico and Rodrigo Ayala, nicknamed Methanol, experienced a very close approach to the sphere. As they flew, they tried to stay alert to the presence of the object that was following them. On the ground, a member of the group, who stayed watching the vehicle, also noticed that the sphere was accompanying them. He was the one who...
Right. I should mention, the first things first, the sphere right here. Look how it's moving. The only way I can see this object being faked if it was attached to a drone, or I would imagine a drone, okay? It's quite high up. If you look, we've got a bunch of cumulus clouds here. So that's the base level of around about 5,000 to 10,000 feet, probably even like 15,000. But I would say roughly, as I am a weatherman myself, I'll say about 5,000 feet. So it's going to be quite windy. I'm just going to go back just a little bit. I just want to see how this. I was looking at chat then. I just want to see how this
Methanol
moves.
Experienced a very
It's
close
got to be
approach
attached
to
to
the
a
sphere.
drone.
As they flew, they tried to stay alert to the presence of the object that was following them. On the ground, a member...
All right, first, who's video filming this? Because that guy's hauling ass over there. Why is it so still? Is it in a balloon? Is it in an aircraft?
Member of the
I missed
group,
something.
who stayed watching the vehicle, also noticed that the sphere was accompanying them. He was the one who managed to record the evidence.
Ow!
EasyJet's Big Orange Sale is now on.
I am
Get
not
up to
promoting you
20%
on
off
Alien
flights.
Addict. No way.
This image was taken exactly at the place where
Unless
they
you're
took off,
Thatchers.
at the cross. Exactly at the cross. I mean, the same place. This video is at the Pikachu cross. Exactly. The gentleman is the one transporting them, and he realized that something was chasing them, and he started recording with his high-end cell phone. That's why it looks so clear.
And this sphere came towards him and he got very scared too. That's where he's saying things that he doesn't want to be released.
Hey, this gentleman was with the paragliders.
Yes, sir, he was with him. He's the one transporting them, Roldanillo and Tuluá. He's also a paragliding enthusiast. And then he saw the sphere and started recording it like William did with a 4K camera, right? Yes, sir, in 4K, and this sphere comes towards him. Look, it comes towards him and he gets very worried.
Yeah.
However, he doesn't stop recording. Extraordinary images.
Okay.
We can see how he was following those flying in the paraglider, but at one point it apparently headed
Okay, my bad. Okay, it's stationary. They're on a platform. Fair enough.
directly towards the area of the cross on Pikachu Hill. At one point,
Pikachu Hill.
the sphere slowly approached, turning on itself and clearly headed towards the person who was recording. As a result of this
Billy
approach,
Meyer
and possibly
style.
due to the magnetic field that the sphere generated, the cell phone
Magnetic
suddenly
field, I'm
turned
sure.
off, interrupting the recording. The analysis of the images allowed us to appreciate the characteristics of the sphere in greater detail.
Ah. Do you know what? Where is it? I've got it ringed up right here. The truth is out there. That's pointless. No, it was the wrong one. All right, never mind. I think I had the fake and gay one not triggered right. But yeah, this for me, it's just. Oh man, I'm going back and forth with this. But for the people in chat, you've made your conclusions. Does that look CGI? Do you reckon, John? Do you think AI can actually make this? Because yeah, it looks crap. Honestly, hey, Mark G. Did I say hello to you earlier, mate? I'm sorry if I didn't see you. But yeah, welcome on in, man. Yeah. Backtrack record of Heine. It looks like. Now, to say this can't be done is on a flipping string on the drone.
Applying a high contrast to the images, we can clearly see it. It is evident that it is the same object sighted in Buga and Jumbo. It has the same double marks on its equator and dark dots in its central part. Pay close attention to the comparisons. It is the same type of sphere. There is no doubt. This sighting in Tuluá, as well as the way in which the object approached the paragliders in a potentially dangerous manner, reinforces the idea that these spheres are openly manifesting themselves in broad daylight.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that's horrible.
This is a clear demonstration, which was recorded in this area called Tuluá, Valle del Cauca, Colombia, which is located 25 kilometers from Buga, the area where the first encounter and landing of this type of sphere was recorded.
No way.
Returning from the break.
Oh man, that's what, for real? She based in England then, I gathered, One True Saxon. But yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. I sounded kind of gay when I said I didn't really find. I'm going to refer to her character as Agent. I was going to say Mulder then. Sorry, Agent Scully, Dana Scully. Yeah, she's kind of rubbed off on me a little bit. And in a good way. I do find her attractive in the X-Files. In a sort of like sexy nerd sort of way, I guess. Or is it probably just as a redhead? But yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. Yeah, I mean I'm gonna be honest with you, she does a good job in X-Files, I have to admit. So I'm just going through chat here. Yeah, it kind of floats like a balloon, doesn't it? Hold on, let's go. Look at this bloody production. All right.
Now let's see the images captured from the paragliders in full flight.
Oh dear.
Mauricio Merchan Rico and Rodrigo Ayala were
All right,
flying
here's the
there.
footage from the paraglider. Right. Let's see if we can find a drone.
Continuing with the extraordinary events reported on the morning of Thursday, August 28, 2025, we will now observe the videos that were obtained directly from the air by the young Mauricio Merchan Rico, who was accompanied by Rodrigo Ayala, who, during their practice, had the opportunity to observe the enigmatic sphere moving very close to where they were paragliding. At first, which is very brief, we will observe that the sphere moves just a few meters above the paraglider.
Oh, fair enough.
Now we will observe it in slow motion and with a close-up. It is clear that it is the same type of spherical object that has been reported very frequently in the Valle del Cauca area. According to the information provided by the witnesses, and commented on by the research group UFO Hunters Latin America, headed by David Velez and William Zuniga, at the closest moment the paraglider approached the sphere, the cell phone stopped working for a moment, which would explain the brief cutscene in slow motion. We will once again observe this brief sequence captured by the nervous paraglider.
It's like graphics from like the remake of Resident Evil 2 that I downloaded on the PS5. Looks bloody terrible. Oh, the intro, yeah. God damn it, it looks terrible.
After a few seconds, the mysterious sphere is again videotaped, but now flying below the paraglider and moving very close to the point where the Pikachu Cross is located, a historical and cultural landmark of the city of Tuluá again. We will observe this brief sequence captured by a nervous paraglider.
They were there at the right place at the right time. Coincidence? I'm not too sure about this, guys.
It is clear to us that this sphere at different times followed and made multiple rounds around the paragliders.
Right, let's say go underneath him.
This recording, like the previous ones, is brief, but in the analysis we can see how it moved, making a turn, intelligent movements that generated great nervousness in the witnesses. In the development of the analysis of these sequences, it was possible to verify how even the sphere is reflected in the paraglider's helmet, which gives great credibility to the event. Later, this is how he narrated his experience to UFO hunters Latin America. Hey, suddenly I see something coming towards me. I don't know how fast it was.
Okay, all right. All I see is like a pink salmon. Hold on. Oh, it's rocking the pink suit. Oh, fair enough.
The usual routine running through the mountain there at the Pikachu Cross, and he saw the sphere.
I'm there already. Yeah.
This would have happened between 8 and 9 in the morning.
Well, I tell you what, it's good to hear him in there. Hold on, wait.
Fleets go, and paragliders take off
Look,
from...
This is like flipping Quake graphics from the bloody PC back in 1998. It's terrible, look at it. The Phantom Menace, Star Wars The Phantom Menace does better bloody CGI than this. Heine.
In other words, it is a very well-known place, and that is where this cross was seen. It is curious because in Buga there is also a cross in Alto Benito, and now here at the Pikachu Cross there is another cross.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, SimCity.
Is it a coincidence? Is there some connection? I don't know. But here are the images and also this athlete who says, "For those who do not believe, for those who do not believe, look at the images." Now we will see how the sphere was levitating in the area for hours. Apparently, around 8 in the morning, right in the area known as Pikachu Hill in Tuluá, Valle del Cauca, Jose David Venegas Rodriguez was running and exercising in the area.
Right, so these booger... just quickly, because I've got some other stuff to show, but yeah, I just cannot take this. This would be the best UFO footage ever taken. One could say, is it too good to be true?
We're flying in the paraglider and came across the sphere at the highest area of Pikachu Hill. We can even see how the birds react to its presence, as they fly in groups very close to it.
Yeah, they think it's food,
Let's look at this carefully.
All those tacos been rubbed on it.
Due to the distance at which the first witness was, it is not seen as clearly as in the shot from the paragliders, but this was undoubtedly the first moment in which the presence of the sphere was recorded so close to the site. Contrasting the image and zooming in.
All right, that's enough. I can't stand this AI voice. Right, you get the idea. Boogosphere. Yeah, just... Yeah, all right, Mark G. Really sorry, guys. I had to give you Ross Coulthard, and then I got Heidi Musan in the pink suit. What else more do you want? You'll fucking see what I got for you guys. Hold on. Right, let's have a look what we got. Okay, I tell you what. Tim Dillon was on Joe Rogan, and we've got a few clips to play from the show. Okay, that's 2 hours. Okay, right. We'll just... I cannot take Heine seriously. Do you know what? I look at these like UFO channels out there and they're like really positive. Like, yeah, disclosure's going to happen. It's like, is it though? Like this, I appreciate the enthusiasm. I really do. But when you've been beaten down by ufology so much, it's like I said, it's like a relationship. But someone who cheats or very unsuccessful in bed, you know, it's going to lead to dissatisfaction. You know what I mean? I've wrong an analogy. Sorry, guys. Oh, I tell you what. Right. Me and the missus, we love our serial killer documentaries. I don't think I'm going to play it. So they did Jeffrey Dahmer documentary on Netflix, which was pretty good. But one of the most fascinating serial killers ever is actually Ed Gein. And they've now done I think it's like, it's TV series. I thought I was going to say movie then. It's a series on Ed's life. And my God, have they butchered practically everything in this. It's very Hollywoody. That looks nothing like Ed Gein at all.
Slow and steady.
But yeah, Ed Gein's very immensely fascinating.
Take your time, sweet boy.
Yeah, go figure. He would he was a grave digger, and he wanted to become a woman, so he would basically dig up the dead that resembled his mother, and he would make face masks. He would upholstery his whole house in human skin. It's all the way back into the 1950s. But he's not your traditional serial killer like a Ted Bundy or Chikatilo. You know, he was just like a bit of an oddball, but very, very messed up person. But one thing they do with Netflix is that they keep on Hollywoodizing, if that's even a word, and adding false information into their documentaries, which is actually not accurate. So again, if you're a bit like me and Hidden and my missus, you know, you find stuff like that fascinating, go check it out. But yeah, I thought it is like, again, another wasted opportunity to actually go through the... Did I actually show that on screen? I think I did, didn't I? Yeah, I must have done. That was a good one. I think they add a bit of like half-truths in there, but nevertheless, Netflix do entertain this stuff, I have to admit. I got to watch Dexter, and there was another one that someone mentioned I need to watch. Dexter season, the new one that's come out, and something else as well. Yes, I tell you what, Mark G, I'm going to write that on my notes because it's a bit like, I mean, it ties in with MK Ultra, isn't it? Charles Manson, all those serial killers back in the 1970s, there is some sort of connection between MK Ultra programs going on and serial killers as well. I believe, I might be talking about my ass on that one, but I have heard there's some sort of connection there. It's just kind of weird. You see these string of serial killers back in like the 70s and 80s, and then suddenly, bang, they're gone. Well, up to the 90s when Jeffrey Dahmer got caught. Like, even I didn't say that he BTK killer back in 2004, but it seems to be like non-existent anymore, isn't it? You know, yeah, I believe it was, mate. Yeah, but anyway, I'm going off on one. Let's go back to UFOs. I promise. Let's bring up Joe Rogan. Much appreciated for letting me showing your fantastic podcast, which I do listen to every single day, depends on the person, of course. But Tim Dillon, obviously going to say stuff that's quite controversial, but nevertheless, let's just do it anyway. And it's saying here 2207. So yes, this is fair use, and all the links are in description. Every single video I've shown you today is in the description, so you can watch to your heart's content. Right, let's do this.
A percentage of a millimeter.
Yeah.
And then your whole face becomes a mask that gets removed. It's like the skin gets cooked off, and then you peel it. Like you see them. It looks like they got torched by a fucking. It looks like SpaceX. They got underneath it.
They got underneath
took it in
it.
the face.
Something I worry a little bit about a society where people keep
yeah,
chasing youth.
It can be a bit much.
Yeah. My grandfather, my grandmother, old people, wrinkles, wisdom. You know, my grandmother was not running around trying to look like her daughter.
Right.
I'm a little curious. I guess we're just
okay. Right, screw that. Let's go to two. I think I had the wrong timestamp there. I do apologize, guys. 226. 226. Do that
stuff. Like I don't know why he brought me over the house to meet Eric von Daniken, but I was not that influential back then. I was not someone that you would have on the radar disaster, and then we're trying to make sense of this without an understanding of what their technology was. Now, I think both might be true.
Well, yeah, and it's also, it seems there's more interest now in the UAP phenomenon than there's ever been.
There's a lot of that, but I also think that's because, look, if you've been in charge of back engineering spaceships, so you've been in charge of lying to Congress and misappropriating funds in order to have the amount of money that you would need to do this stuff. And then through all of this, you've achieved substantial gains in whether it's fiber optics or whatever the technology that you've back engineered, where you figured out how to make something that's like completely spectacular. You're in a situation where as transparency becomes more and more of the norm, like one of the things that's going to happen with
don't worry,
with AI and then most certainly with quantum.
I was not paying attention to anything he just said, and I wanted to make a point. I'm not going to go back again, but there's one point, there's something I would love to talk about, and hopefully I'm going to hit on the right part. Wait for it. Wait for it. Okay, just do that.
Open the dam.
Right.
That was the big thing. When they published on the front page of the New York Times,
I don't doubt that some level of it happens, obviously. But we're talking about, I don't know how to even approach it.
And he talked about this place that now we know for sure they were doing these black ops, these black funded pro-Bazaar work for in New Mexico.
Okay, all right. Okay, well, we're going to skip that. Really sorry, guys. I have lost the timestamp for this one. But basically, the clip I wanted to bring up was the fact that what actually happened to Hitler at the end of the war, because that is one aspect that I find absolutely fascinating. Obviously, me dealing with German flying saucers, I always found the war interesting, especially on both sides, the enemies and the allies. But I would firmly say, from my personal opinion, that Mustachio Man himself, yes, I'm talking about Hitler, did not kill himself in Minecraft. When I say Minecraft, I mean the bunker. All right, I do believe he buggered off to Bariloche in Argentina, which I don't think Hidden wants to cover it, but we can cover it here on Alien Addicts, which I would love to do. And I think Mark G was saying the MK Ultra aspect linked into the serial killer phenomena that was happening back in the day. I'd love to do an episode on that. So we'll deal with like a different wide range of topics here on Alien Addicts. We deal with like UFOs and the history of ufology, but I love those like Argentina, even like Antarctica stories as well. So we'll go there, man. We've got plenty of opportunities. But one thing we're going to do right now, just to sort of cap off the show, is to bring up Twitter, because One True Saxon. Right, somebody said to me, One True Saxon, that Anna Paulina Luna is not attractive. And I honestly thought this guy was probably gay. Even gay men would say Anna Paulina Luna is attractive. And speaking of the devil, here she is.
Reach out to him because...
Now, this is to do with David Grosh from Red Panda Koala. I know people associate him with drama. He's had no problems with... I haven't spoken to him, but again, he's quite prolific on updating the news on ufology, which I have to admit is a good source of information. For instance, this clip right here. Talking about David Grosh. So let's just read the description. So there is something really bizarre that took place with David Grosh. He's being handled at the law enforcement level, where obviously he's under the handle of Christopher Mellon. So yeah, bloody go figure. I mean, surely she must know that. God, she's so hot.
That he was actually, felt in fear of his life, and some things, weird things had happened prior to that first hearing. And then I would encourage all of you to actually reach out to him, because even just yesterday, I actually went into the skiff with David Grush and Eric Burleson. And prior to that skiff meeting happening, there was something really bizarre that took place with David Grush, and it's being handled at the law enforcement level. But, things like that happening are not normal, especially being that David Grush is currently Eric Burleson's congressional staffer. And so you're seeing a lot of stuff now flush out. And what I can tell you is we are trying to actively push to release the information that we've seen to the American people. And so again, you have this aspect of this disinformation campaign that's taking place, trying to discredit it. And I frankly don't care at this point, because what I can tell you is the people that are genuinely interested in the actual science of this, the people like Dr. Avi Loeb, who actually can provide the data to back this stuff up, those people know the truth. And so we're not necessarily doing this for the people.
So, yeah. Damn, I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at chat. Sorry. Everyone's talking about how hot she is. She's incredibly beautiful. She really is. Like I said, guys, with she's not very Orsic, but she's pretty nevertheless. She's very attractive, I have to admit. I do believe she wants to do good. People got such a stigma behind her because she's a woman. It's like she's come from a military background, guys. She's not just like an Instagram model. Even that's a fabulous thing to see. But nevertheless, I do believe she wants to do good. But I think she's starting to see the disinformation campaign being pretty much in full force. And she started to be really skeptical about these whistleblowers, because they did not turn up to a skiff. That was like 3 opportunities for 3 different people. And they all didn't bother turning up, and had some very pathetic excuses to go along. So in my estimation, in my analysis of Anna Paulina Luna, and it's not just because she's extremely beautiful, I do believe she wants to get the truth out. I really do. I do believe she wants to get the files and everything, Epstein files. But we know there's in one way, she even said herself on Joe Rogan that she tried to get these documents, and even these non-governmental officials blocked her for getting this access to the something to do with like secret technology or something like that. Might be wrong on that one. But she started to see the cracks now, to say, right, something is going on here. We're restricting access. So in my estimation, she wants transparency. And it's not because of her looks. Going on to you. Hey, Green Tea, just stopping over here and giving Rumble some love. Hey, Rumble, yeah. How was it on Rumble? Let's have a little look. To the people on Rumble. 23 people. Hello to the 23 people. Honorable, nice to see you, and thank you, Green Tea, as well, who's over there on my secondary channel. So yeah, so that's my estimation. I know people are like, woman in ufology. Look, she's a task force. She's there, part of the task force to get the truth. They're not all bad. Okay, even though they're in one way politicians, I guess. But I listened to Anna Paulina Luna since before she came into office, and again, it's not because of her looks. I do believe she wants to get the truth into a certain degree. Hey, UFOs around the world. Nice to see you. You're live streaming here, and I'm live streaming looking at you. Oh, right, really? Nice to see you. Welcome on in. I wonder if that actually works. UFOs around the world. Hang on, 2 seconds. So, yeah, that's just my estimation on that one, guys. Again, not because of the looks. UFOs around the world. Let's have a look. I think that's the right channel. Yeah. But welcome on in, man. Nice to see you. Welcome on in. Yes, I have subscribed. Yes, I have. Fantastic. It's strange. I subscribe to these channels and sometimes they don't turn up. Like, oh, no, for the hearing. Ah, gotcha. I'm looking for a co-host. All right. Sorry, I thought you meant you were going like, because someone went live when I went live and they wanted to go live together. I was like, that is not going to work. Our connections are not going to work that way. Yeah, to be honest with you, I haven't really planned anything out, to be honest, on the hearings. But I tell you what, UFOs around the world, if you want to get in contact with me, and I swear to God, I will check emails, alienaddictpodcast@gmail.com. Send me an email, because I just realized it's this Tuesday. I thought it was next Tuesday. So let me... Yeah, we'll see, man. Yeah, let me figure out a plan. I've got to make some arrangements that day because I need to know what time it is. They said it's 10 a.m. US time, so I gather just like, because you're in UK as well, 3-4 o'clock. So yeah, give us a shout on... I'll put it up one more time. Alien Addict Podcast, all one word, @gmail.com. Give us a shout, mate. And I'll get back to you and I'll figure out a plan. And yeah, it'd be awesome. Yeah, it'd be good to speak to other people as well. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, TikTok. Do you know what? Someone says to me, yeah, you should get on TikTok and do stuff. I should do. That's where a lot of people get subscribers, apparently. So, yeah, but thanks for popping in, man. And yeah, hopefully we'll have a little conversation going on Tuesday. But yeah, let me figure out a plan and I'll get back to you. So that's the Anna Paulina Luna. Oh, yeah, this is what I saw over my area, I think sometime this year. Oh, 2023. Oh, it's 2023. Maybe something. Oh, SpaceX rocket. See, looks nothing like the spiral, doesn't it? It's not giving off a trail or anything like that. Yeah. But apparently that's a SpaceX rocket. It looks nothing like the spiral in Norway in 2009. Anyway, you're away from that. Oh, yeah. Music. So what we have here, guys. Like, oh my God, can you stop playing music, please? What we have here is a Bugosphere group activation, a quickening disclosure, and a bridge connection. So I think these are all psychics. God, 20,000 subscribers, bloody hell. Yeah, apparently you get a lot of subscribers on there, which obviously helps the channel out. I should probably do that as well, actually. Yeah, so what we have here, right, guys, right, listen to me very, very carefully. What you're seeing here is people you would normally see in Glastonbury, right? So if you go to Glastonbury, you're going to see these women who all claim to be psychics or witches or something like that, had some sort of power. And I think she's trying to activate it, get some sort of communication. Hold on. No, there's music playing. Guys, are we supposed to take these women seriously? Look at that woman there. It's like, and the thing just like floats up and rises back down again. That'd be awesome to see. But to be honest with you, I can't take these women seriously because I see them all the time. They claim to be like healers. Oh, actually, here's a description. Another video from the Psionic Legend. Oh, sorry, Psionic League about the interaction with the Bugosphere. Well, yeah. All right, let's move on. So look, we've covered the Bugosphere. You know my thoughts on that one. What do we have here?
What is this? What is this, man? Bro, what is this?
Oh, yeah, on the table.
4.
Yeah,
Where's the
yeah.
fifth one at? Right there, fifth.
Not really.
To the cloud. They was just about to look like they was about to morph together or something.
The two at the bottom got
It's the yeah. Oh, there it is. Well, did these disappear and reappear? I don't know. I'm tripping. Maybe just went on my eyesight.
Why is those three up there?
Those three up there. Bro, what is this? Nah, this gotta get sent in.
Black dot.
Bro, come on. What is that? What is that, man?
It's information. I have to admit. Look, if this was me, I'll be having the same reaction to this guy. So I can't
Strange stuff in
really
the sky.
say, well, this guy's clearly an
Flying
idiot.
black dots.
I'll have the same reaction.
I thought I was tripping. Okay, so the two at the bottom are close again.
Okay, I have to admit, it's quite
I
high
see
up.
him.
It doesn't act like balloons.
What the fuck? This ain't like no UFO, no. Maybe it's
Come on, what are you talking about, bro? What is this?
That's
Look, they're
UFO,
moving,
unidentified flying object.
Come on, I got all 5 in the picture. What is this? Stop playing with me. And you can see the little aura around them, bro.
right.
You see aura around them. This energy matter, some source,
Through the camera.
bro. I can see it. I can see the little vibration around
Are
it.
they getting further away? Or they just
Yeah, they moving.
Are they moving?
Yeah, he's got a massive house, mate.
Just up.
I have seen it. It's like a mansion.
Man, I don't know if I should be recording there. They best well get on us.
Right, do
Bro,
we
what
see
is
where
this
these
stuff?
objects actually go? I guarantee it's going to cut off. We've got like 2 seconds left.
Where the
Wait
other
for
one's
it.
at, man?
Wait for it.
And now I'm searching the sky to see if there's more, but I don't see any more. It's
Wait
just
for it.
5 dots.
Bro, what is this?
And it's gone. Yeah, this is it. Footage like this. If this was me in this scenario, look, I have to admit the two guys have kept their cool. I have to admit. Because normally you get this sort of opposite reaction. There's something strange. I have to admit, they don't act like balloons. They're staying in formation. Especially that triangle formation right there. So this is odd. I have to admit, this is very, very odd. And especially something that high up. You got to remember, you got something called the jet stream. It's a lot more windier than it is down on ground level. Believe me on that one. Yeah, I don't know. That's a fascinating one. Fascinating. But I thought I'd show that. Oh, no more boogosphere. Yeah, all right. Something a bit more interesting. How? Oh, hold on. I need to put the music off. How does that guy literally fake glitch in the Matrix? That's crazy, isn't it? The dog comes up and pisses on his leg. Let me see you move then. I just thought that was fascinating. To keep that still. I can't sort that out. Yeah, I don't know what this guy's doing. It's like some flipping Enter the Dragon stuff, isn't it? And apparently, how old is he? He's 62. It's weird. If you have a look. Oh, I just got what he's bloody doing. So he's jumping, but he's flicking. Wait for it. For 62, it's not bad, isn't it? Wait, watch this. He does a jump. Right, watch this. He jumps. He flicks his foot in, and he almost does like a half a squat. Shut up. So he technically does a full jump, but then he lifts his leg as soon as he gets there. There you go. See, he lifts his leg as soon as he gets to the pot. Or the bowl, so to speak. That's pretty quick, isn't it? He's not 62. He's faking it. I'm sorry, that guy is not 62 years old. That is a young man. Look at that jump. That's parkour, brother. That's parkour. Now you tell me a 60-year-old flipping Chinese man jumping like that. For that, I'd agree to. I don't know. Look, 2 bricks. That's heavy, man. I don't know, guys. I don't think this guy is 62. He does that. Look, definitely not denying the strength of the middle age, because even in boot camp, we've got middle-aged people there, and some of them have got incredible strength and mobility. It's quite. I suppose that's it. Yeah, no, I just find it interesting. Because I love martial arts, especially films and chi energy and stuff like that. Mick West debunked.
200
Right.
civilian witnesses,
No more Ross.
2 minutes duration.
But if you go on Mick West, which I do look at, I know he gets a lot of shit. But nevertheless, he does bring out information. In terms of what that was there, he actually went through the archive and the satellites and everything like that. And I can't remember what his overall conclusion was. But he puts the data into these sightings, and you get to find out a realistic perspective of what was seen in the sky. But I'm not going to bore you with more Ross. So I've tortured you enough as it is. Let's just bring up one more video. Oh yeah, congressional hearing coming up. We'll get to that. Someone put a really good point. I think it was Matt from Terrestrial Material. Alex Jones will probably do a follow-up on that where he loses his shit.
Fuck you fucking piece of shit. I won't fucking take people stabbing me in the back anymore. Fuck you.
Yeah, there you go, Alex. Algorithm are like, oh, what should we put on that one then? So I'm going to play one more clip, and then we're just going to finish off this live stream. And it's something that Jake Barber has said in an interview. And I think the problem is now with a lot of these so-called whistleblowers, they can be very woo. Look, I'm not saying there's necessarily a bad thing, but like I said, once you're in that conspiracy mindset, you're more or less in the rational thought doesn't really come into the equation. Look, I've been there, so this is through my personal experiences, and I have hung around with these hardcore conspiracy theorists where there's no rational thought. A typical example, my screen, my second monitor right here, it goes blank for about 5 seconds and then turns back on again. It's always done that since I bought it. Now, to a conspiracy theorist, not saying this to everyone, they'll say, well, that's the Illuminati, isn't it? You know, they don't want me to get the truth out. But at the same time, I'm not important. I'm simply not important. This is it. You know, I'm not a threat to the system at all. I am nobody with a UFO channel. Like I said, I am a stoned gardener with a UFO channel. That is me. I'm not a threat to the Illuminati. So I always try not to play victim in that case. But the mindset of a conspiracy theorist can lead to no rational thought. Not saying as you guys, okay, this is just like some people that I've met in conferences, and this is actually meeting with people. It's like people that go, oh, do you know what? I keep on bloody hearing it from the male demographic. Like, no offense. It's like, I met 2 people. It's like, oh, what got you into like conspiracy theories? And it was around about COVID time. And these 2 people in the separate occasions going, oh yeah, well, my wife, she got the COVID jab, and I was telling her, no, you should be doing that and all that. And she didn't believe what I want to believe and eventually got divorced. I'm like, wow, that sounds like a you problem. I was like, if I did that to my missus, no wonder she will leave me. I mean, yeah, I gave her a little bit of crap, you know, because she took 2 vaccines. I took none. I said, I'm not touching that stuff. You know, you shouldn't have it. But she's like, well, my asthma and all that. I was like, well, you do you, babe. And anything happens is on you. But a lot of the, no offense, the male demographic I meet in conferences who they're alone. They have no friends unless they're conspiracy theorists. They're divorced. They have no girlfriend. It's like, wow, that's a sad, lonely life. All that because your partner took the COVID jab and he didn't want to believe what you want to believe. Such a sad mindset to be in. You know what I mean? And that was in 2 occasions. some people got divorced because their wife didn't believe what they want to believe. It's very sad, you know. This is why me and the missus are like completely polar opposites, really. You know, but we still get on well. Yes, I'm a pure blood, and I tell you, that's what. See, I say things that are not YouTube friendly, but I say it anyway. But no science evidence, Fringe. I would agree with you on that one. One thing I'm happy. I stuck to my gun during that time period. I said no, I'm not taking the vaccine. Still to this day, I'm a pure blood. Doesn't make me special. It just makes I've got common fucking sense. Oh yeah, but anyway, it's just what it is. But this is from experience, guys. When you're in that woo mindset, it can leave you down a very dark path. All right, and you need to balance the two out. Like Ollie's doing, you know, he's going 3 times a week. He's balancing family life, and yeah, he dips into the conspiracy realm with his podcast, and it's all going well. That's good. But when you're doing it every day, it consumes you. Because remember, being a conspiracy theorist is a way of life. It's a way of life. It completely changes your avenue on the way you look at the mainstream media, the public, governments, politicians, everything, institutions, medical institutions. It changes your perspective of being a normie or a CNN brain to I hate to label people conspiracy theorists or the truth movement. Your whole aspect, your consciousness has now changed into something completely different. And the only information you are going to get is, someone would agree with me, is through X, Rumble, places like me, Joe Rogan. Not necessarily saying it's a bad thing, but in our community, there's a lot of misinformation, a lot of bullshit being put out there. Operation Mockingbird, I did want to get into that today, but I might do it for next episode. But just listen to what David Grosh has to say, because I think it's very, very important to understand the words are coming out of his mouth. Is the end bit. It's just to be the last clip, guys, and then we'll end the show.
Out to be a crash retrieval of a
look at this guy,
a non-human craft, and that was the egg, which literally looked like an egg, like a chicken egg, except it was shiny, and it was on the ground when I got there. So my primary role in crash retrievals is that of a helicopter pilot. So I was operating a helicopter that night when I got dispatched to retrieve the egg with a long line system and a remote hook, as we call it. It's usually a 150 foot to 200 foot long line that hangs below the aircraft. And I flew in that night with that long line system and came over the hill and saw a shiny, like metallic white egg on the ground.
Oh, for sure.
And hooked it up and flew it to another secure location where it was offloaded. And that experience was something that stuck with me.
Is it dangerous to go close to it?
Is it dangerous? Slowly kind of expose my family to this get to this worldview. Over time, we've always held that in our household, like especially with my children. I've talked about it that way. And so I think
I'm looking at the guy on the left. He looks incredibly unagitated. He's looking at the camera. He's sitting awkwardly. She's got a kind of smirk on her face.
Oriented, at least within my household and my circle of friends, they are oriented towards this becoming a reality, but they didn't know the extent to which I was involved. And so,
less than nervous,
especially within my immediate family, they didn't want me to come
forward.
Yeah,
Bob.
And it took a long time. Like Ross and I were working together for over 2 years before I came out. And at first I was like, there's no way, but I wanted to find a way to help because of friends like David Grush, who had stuck his neck out and was out there on a limb, and he wasn't getting much support. And so I wanted to find a way forward for him, very stable socially. And there's only a piece of the puzzle there that had come forward. And so
So he says something at the end of this interview. Sorry, guys, I don't want to play all 5 minutes of this clip, but he's mentioned something. I just want to get a point across.
Focused on that while in the short term, my family may be very angry at me, in the long term, they would be proud of what I did, that I came forward and I did the right thing. And especially for my teenage daughter, it was really rough. I'd hoped that she would look back and that it was an act of virtue and bravery. That
Sorry, I think it's
where
wrong
I'm
clip.
at with it, what I think might be going on.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Taking in everything I've learned in the last 6 years, plus my
This is
own
the clip.
personal experiences. You know, I think there is a spiritual component to this thing, and I think it's a control. It's likely that our governments and agencies want to control the population. It's been that way since the time of Caesar. Stabilizing the Roman Empire and keeping the people happy was the number one priority, because then the empire
It's the
falls
same in
apart.
there, England
It's the
as
same
well.
today. Our governments and even our world as a whole requires stability. And I think it's analogous to, if you look at the history of Christianity and Martin Luther and the Reformation, where Martin Luther was a rebel who basically said, you don't need to go through man to get to God. You don't need to go through the Catholic Church organization and those appointed in leadership at the time to have a relationship with God. You can have a personal direct line to God and not only ask him.
Look, I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of things that he says kind of goes over my head. I haven't studied psionics or his philosophy over it, but let me just skip ahead.
The elevating of our species would.
This guy on the left looks incredibly bored.
Empower us in a way that would.
He's biting inside of his lip. He's got his arms crossed. He's looking at the camera.
Destabilize the current state of economics, politics, borders, wars. All that goes away when we transform ourselves to a higher quality of life and state of being.
He's bored. Oh my God. I mean, talk about studying body language. I mean, I act like that when I'm bored.
Now, I know that's kind of a very crazy.
Or he's thinking, oh, this guy's full of crap.
Woo-woo answer, but I'm sorry. That's where I'm at in my
Right. This is it. We're finally there. Listen.
Transform ourselves to a higher quality of life and state of being. Now, I know that's kind of a very crazy woo-woo answer, but I'm sorry. That's where I'm at in my life right now. Like I'm woo in my thoughts, but I still have very practical responsibilities in my career, and I'm kind of torn between the two. A higher quality of life and state of being. Now, I know that's kind of a very crazy woo-woo answer, but I'm sorry. That's where I'm at in my life right now. Like I'm woo in my thoughts, but I still have very practical responsibilities in my career, and I'm kind of torn between the two.
So he's very woo in his thoughts. I think, yeah, I got the same vibe there. Green Sea. The guy on the left looks bored, unsure, kind of uncomfortable, like he just wants to get the hell out of there. But it's a comment that Jake Barber said, I'm very woo in my thoughts. And I'm totally woo. Let's just, one more time, just listen to what he has to say.
Thoughts, but I still have very practical responsibility, but I'm sorry. That's where I'm at in my life right now. Like I'm woo in my thoughts, but I still have very practical responsibilities.
Well, I think the probably right answer would be like, I still have a rational thought, because like I said, guys, once you've gone down the woo side, it's very hard to have a rational thought. Look, this has come from experience. In one way, it can lead you down a very dark path, but at the same time, you need to add common sense, rationality to anything that comes to woo or conspiracy theories and all that. In terms of his experience, I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm just going by what he says. And so far, the evidence, what he's put forward, hasn't been that great. Now, Sky Watchers have done a lot of Sky watching. But again, I've done a review on their analysis of the jellyfish, so-called Tic Tacs, and a lot of it can be debunked. A lot of it can. Some of it can. Some of it can. I try to stay open-minded, and I try not to... I mean, guys, you can do whatever you want in chat. That's absolutely fine to a certain degree. But I just don't trust these people, and I don't want to call them nasty names and all that, even though I do get frustrated when I just get lied to, and and it's constant, and you catch them out on it. Yeah, woo is fine, but it's not all of it. Yeah, I don't know. To be honest with you, Sadie, sorry. Someone's called Sandy and is with IE at the end. That's one of my clients, so I get confused. So yeah, Sadie, what I was going to say is, yeah, the past 6 months for me, I've gone through some sort of like consciousness shift. It's weird because I started to look at like the community, the UFO community, the alternative movement, truth movement, so to speak. And I started to go, there's a lot of bullshit in this community. And I start looking at the people in it and I'm going, is this the right type of people I need to hang around with? Because it's like, it seems to be like a lot of doomsday, a lot of stuff I've heard before for many, many years, you know, or what you call these people, preppers and all that. It's people that are new to the woo, to the truth movement, so to speak. But I do believe we're led down a path where there's a lot of bullshit and a lot of misinformation going around. And the people that are spreading that is obviously the people in that community. But who knows what's the truth and all that. But again, not everything is woo. I like to dip my toe in there. I mean, I believe in one of the most craziest conspiracy theories, and that's to do with the World Trade Center being destroyed with a direct energy weapon. That's like one of the most craziest conspiracy theories, and I swear by that. I believe that. You know, so in one way, a bit like ufology, I try not to take any aspect of a topic too seriously. I try not to bog you down because, like I said, this sort of topics can lead you down a very dark path. Something to do with pizza and the thing that you open up in your garden, that changes you. I mean, Rotary can put a number of of words that I can't say live on YouTube that are just, they're very dark topics, and those are the ones that are just kind of like life changing, and it make you very angry, very frustrated at the topic because yeah, we want some answers, we want transparency, we want a better life, but when you're in that sort of mindset, it can lead you down a very dark path. So sometimes, guys, the point I'm trying to get across, take a step back. It's okay. It's fine. It's not saying that you're going to be turn into a skeptic. Recharge your batteries. Go out to nature. Like Saturday, the Sunday, me and the missus, we go for breakfast. Like, right, what do you want to do? Like, we're supposed to go to Pentuck last week, and it pissed down with rain on Sunday. I was like, for Christ's sake, so we're looking to do it this Sunday. So we go off to nature, we switch our phones off, and we spend the day with each other, binge watching the X-Files, you know, and stuff like that. Just take X-Files is obviously conspiracy stuff, but it's enjoyable, you know, it's stuff like that. It's get out to nature, laugh, paint. Don't be scared to go out and talk to people. Like, you don't have to talk about conspiracy theories. You know, who's that guy named? I'm going on a rant here. Eddie Bravo from Joe Rogan podcast. Is it Eddie Bravo? Yeah, it is, isn't it? He's been on a few times on Joe Rogan's podcast. And he said, now don't quote me for word on this, but he said it is a smart show. I'm on season 5 at the moment. It's pretty good. Even season 5 is a bit meh. But anyway, back to you, Eddie Bravo. I'll get to your comment in a minute, Rotary. He says, oh, no, I'm very fussy with who I become friends with. And he said at one point he was at, yes, don't be like Eddie, because it's stuff like this. He says he was at a pub or some sort of club or something like that, and he was speaking to a person, and then Bravo said to the person, do you believe that the moon landings were real, or do you believe it was fake? And then the person replied, no, I believe it's real. And then he goes, sorry, I can't be your friend. Don't be like that, for Christ's sake. It's like, the thing is, with being a conspiracy theorist full time, is that when you go to a gathering, a party, you're looking for people that want to talk about conspiracy theories. You want to hunt them out because, oh, I'm here with a bunch of normies, because now you're in that mindset of all these people are sheeple, you consider them as like vaccinated people. Like, it's a very stigma in this sort of community as well. And sometimes you want to talk about conspiracy theories because that's all you know about, because you've been deep diving and stuff like that. So you tend to switch the conversation in a way that you want to talk about that topic. But at the same time, it's like not everything is about conspiracy theories. It's like when I go to my camping trips, I do every couple of months with my boot camp people, with gym people, we never talk about conspiracy theories. We just talk about women, pussy, and ass. We're men. It's what we do. All right, okay. It's just, but you don't have to talk about conspiracy theories. But the approach Eddie Bravo came out and said, "Look, I don't believe in people that don't believe the same opinions that I have." It's like, wow, that's like a you problem there, isn't it? You know, don't be like that. I'm trying to say. I do apologize. I go on these rants. I don't know if I'm sounding coherent or not. But yeah, don't be like that, man. Don't be like that. Waking up to this world is very scary. It is, Rory. It really is. It really is. No, there it is. But live your life, Nick. Yeah, I mean, I spoke to Hidden obviously on the live show. The current affairs of England at the moment. I think in one way the mainstream media are putting out a lot of fear. To ramp the people up. I think they really want to divide and conquer the whole of England. I'm really not going to go there in terms of like hardcore topics that's been going on at the moment. Hence the English flag in the background there, which that really just got on my nerves when a council can just take it down and say, "Oh no, we're just renewing the lamppost lights. We'll put them back up." And they never do. You can put all these rainbow flags up, but you take down the British flag. It must be taken down because it's deemed as. I shouldn't talk about it. But yeah, it's stuff like that. It's going, hold on a minute. Something's going on here, and I don't like it. And I said to Hidden, I says, look, I'm really scared. I am bloody scared for this country. It's the reason why I don't have kids. I don't see a future for England at all. And this sounds, and now I said last year, don't worry, things will be fine. I don't think it is. My hope is gone out the window at this point. It's that bad in this country. In England, it's fucked. If you're in America and you think you can come to England, don't. Just don't. Save your money. It's Great Britain is not great anymore. It's gone. It's gone. And I'm flipping scared. But I live my day. I've got a very great job, comfortable lifestyle. I love what I do, and like Rory was saying, sorry for going a bit personal, guys, but I think there are other people as well in England, probably in chat as well, who's listening to this in future would say the same thing. It's like, look, you're not the only one, okay, who's scared, and I would admit that as a 35-year-old man, I am terrified, but I live my life day by day. It's what do you do, man? What do you do? I've kind of like lost hope, but we'll see. I'm going off of one, and like, woo! This is why I need a new channel. This is why I need the, what should I call it? Nick's Pub, fucking rant, whatever you want. I don't know. I'll think of something. So, yeah, even like, yeah, if you want your potholes, that's been there for about 20 odd years. Want it repaired, just put the Union flag on it. Be like, oh, a racist must spray that over. Can't do that. So yeah, I don't want to. I can't be careful. I literally have to be careful what I say. I really do, because you know, we live in England and we can get arrested for tweets. Pathetic. What a pathetic country it really is. So right, let's move on to the end of the show, because we're coming up to nearly 3 hours now. So yeah, thanks to everyone in chat. I hope this is an entertaining live stream for you guys. I try to mix it up. I don't stick to one topic. I'm all over the place. Charles like kebabs. Is it? Oh, mate, that's not a bad idea, Bob. Yeah. The algorithms are surely going to love that name. I'll bear that in mind. Yeah, I do love a good chemtrail talk. But yeah, I don't know what else I'm going to say, to be honest with you. Yeah, come say goodbyes now, guys, and ladies and gentlemen, I should say. And I'm not too sure the plan for Tuesday. I'll be in contact. When I say in contact, I'll put a post out on Alien Addict, and I'll put a post out on Twitter as well. Let you know beforehand what the situation is with the live streams. I might join UFOs around the world because it's always good to speak to someone else. I haven't spoke to him in person. So a fellow Brit, as one would say. Let me find out what the plan is. But yes, you will definitely see me Tuesday. Don't know what time. I think it's like 3-4 o'clock. I think 10 a.m. US time. So yeah, 3-4 o'clock. But I'll let you know in due course. So come say your goodbyes now. Come say your goodbyes. And yeah, we'll catch you on Tuesday. If not, on Friday. So yeah, I love the English culture. It feels so bad for you guys. Yeah, Mark. I'm guessing you're from America, mate. Yeah, it's our time, shit time, and that is literally everyone I've spoken to. Literally everyone's spoken to. So yeah, like I said, it's like a powder keg about to go off. The fuse has been lit, but you don't know how long that fuse is. You got your eyes covered and going. It's going at some point. I don't know when, but the shit's gonna hit the fan soon. Yeah, but anyway, we're all here as a community, but we're all here to support each other. And like I said, I do go on my little rants sometimes, but there's other people as well in England who's probably feeling the same thing, and they probably bottle it up a little bit. But don't worry, we can speak about it to a certain degree. But no, thanks, Mark. Appreciate it, mate. So yeah, come say goodbyes now, everyone, and I'll catch you on the next stream either on Tuesday or Friday. So yeah, I don't know what topic we're going to be talking about, but yeah, I'll tell you what we could do. Let's go through. We've got the glow, we've got a few other stuff, but I ain't going to spoil it for you guys. Anyway, so yes, thanks for everyone in chat. Much appreciated. And thanks for the donations as well. Yes, One True Saxon, Space Cow, and S. Lee, thank you so much. Honestly, much appreciated. I've got it all saved here. Thank you, One True Saxon and Space Cow and S. Lee, if you're still here. Thank you so much. I'm going to speak to my missus and hopefully get that book. That'd be nice, isn't it? That'd be a nice little treat. So yeah, thank you so much. Let's go through the chat. John Strokes, thank you so much. Pleasure as always, John. You're always here and it's always much appreciated. And don't worry if you're late. Don't worry I go anywhere. Sadie, thank you so much. And yeah, I think I'll follow you on Twitter. I don't really do much on Twitter, or X, I should say. But yeah. But no, thanks for being in chat anyway. And yeah, pleasure as always. Space Cow, Mark G. Pleasure as always. Moody Mongrel. Yes, you and your witty words. Awesome. Science Evidence Fringe. I think One True Saxon. I think I said it about 3 times already. Green Tea, if you're still there. And obviously Sheep Hop Pop. Okay, thanks to everyone in chat. Yeah, much appreciated. So yes, I should see you either Tuesday or on Friday next week. Obviously for the congressional hearings. See what's going to happen about that. We didn't get any evidence. Yeah, right. I'll see you Tuesday. Absolutely. One of the best YouTube intros and outros on YouTube. So never give up, guys, on anything. You got an inspiration and you got your heart set into it. Trust me, you'll get there. You'll get there. And hopefully this is a bit of a positive end to this live stream. And obviously I forgot my catchphrase. Remember, guys, they're watching you, watching us, watching them. I'll see you Tuesday or Friday. All the best.